fellas? Okay, come on. Let's see jazz hands, people. Come on, Babyface P doing jazz hands. Trae, there he goes. Some Aries doing jazz hands. Walter is doing booby hands. These are booby hands right there. Walter has an extra twist. Jazz hands. We are live. We are live. I hope you guys have your big girl Free for All Monday panties on. It is Free for All Monday, people. It is Free for All Monday.
I can't get in.
And this is episode 345 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. And our subject today, obviously, is GUNSTREAMER, why you need to sign up, what's going on with us and GUNSTREAMER, and it's all because of YouTube. Yes, there are more waves of YouTube hitting up people, demonetizing videos.
Of course.
It's coming hot and heavy from YouTube. First Amendment, Second Amendment mean nothing to social media companies out there. So we're going to talk about that. We've got Babyface P here, so he's going to do an update with Buckshot. What's going on, man?
Everything's going really well.
Okay, how is Buckshot? Where is he?
Sleeping behind me, if you can see.
Oh, okay. Is he sleeping?
He was, and then I brought him on camera. Now he's not.
Yeah, I saw a little
He's
tail
doing great,
wag.
though. He has no idea that he's supposed to be in a little bit of pain. He just doesn't seem to care. They told us we had to keep him from running or jumping for a month, and I was like, I'll try. I literally told the woman, I'll try, but it's not.
What are you supposed to do? Like, what are you supposed to do? Tape up his little legs?
I know, exactly. It's like, there's no
That's
way.
what Xanax is for.
Yeah.
Swaddle him. That's what you do.
Yeah.
No, so he's doing great. He's got a couple of stitches in his bottom jaw, but he has no idea that he's supposed to be in pain, according to the doctor.
All right.
So,
awesome.
But he's doing great.
Glad to hear that. Thanks to everyone out there. Lots of people shared what was going on with Buckshot and the GoFundMe that you had going on, right?
It was awesome. It's been a much better week at the beginning of this week. So
awesome.
Much better.
Okay, good. So thanks to everyone out there who participated, gave money, who shared it, who commented and stuff like that. We appreciate it. It's nice of you guys to do that. Let's see. Next down the list here, we got Trae from Aries. There he goes. What's up, Trae? What's going on, man?
What's up, Hank? What's going on, man? You doing all
What's
right?
for dinner? Is it beef?
Oh, it's corn dogs, man. My favorite.
Oh, you're old school.
I do like a good corn dog. I have to say.
Hey, when's the last time you had a good pot pie, Walter? I love them pot pies, man.
Like old school pot pie that. Yeah, it's been a while.
The one that comes in a little tin.
Yeah. All that doughy crust and stuff.
I thought you guys were talking about like the homemade from scratch one.
No, I'm talking about like the heartburn special.
No, we're talking about the
like
bird's eye. The artery clogger.
Yeah. That's those are my go-to when Lola's mad at me and not feeding me. I'm like, oh, you think I'm gonna die? I got Popeyes. Woman.
Now you gotta be careful with that.
Don't even get me started on Popeyes. I love Popeyes.
They got some serious mystery meat in them Popeyes there. You don't know where it's coming from.
Why do you want to tell me that? Don't tell me. So hopefully I'll forget about that. All right. So Trae's here. He's going to talk about. I know there's some stuff going on with the range that we're gonna get into here. Yeah. Well. It's bad news.
It's not good news, I'm guessing.
Not really. I'll let Trae explain. I know. Yeah. We'll give Trae a chance to explain here as we get into it. Walter, what's going on with you, man?
Same old stuff, man. I brought the MP5 home just to
have something to fondle.
Play with some.
Okay. Very cool.
Stock stuff. Yeah.
Yes, that looks awesome. So one of the things. So first of all, I hope you guys know what new stuff you want to talk about out there. I literally got in here to the studio 20 minutes ago.
What have you been doing all day? You slacking?
Okay, so on Saturday, Trae allowed us to go on his what Walter calls the clandestine range for Aries.
My personal shooting range.
Wow.
Yeah.
Clandestine.
Cool.
Was it nice? Come on, you loved it, didn't you?
It was cool. Yeah, it was. We made a ton of videos out there. And I blew my back out.
No, what did you do?
Oh, you shooting out of the back of your damn truck?
No, I don't think it was.
Sounds like an old sailor's joke.
Here's what happened. I know that. So Lola put a bunch of the stuff out of the truck on the ground. And towards the end of the day, after we'd been up, walking around, jumping up and down and doing stuff, I went to bend over and pick up something from the ground. and then I think I pulled a muscle in the back. So
Oh, did you do like a bend and twist or
something weird, like like immediately you did the wrong. It feels like a
Yup.
bone, but it's not a bone.
Yep, that's like a knot in your back that's going to be there for a while.
Yes, so that's been really kicking my ass since Saturday.
I have a from like high school. I have a bad back. Like there's one joint at the very bottom of my back that if I do, there's one particular move that I've done a couple times wrong, and I do it at least once a year, and it's like bend and twist. And I know the second I do it, I'm like, this is gonna suck for like a week.
It's like it just
and it's gonna
you.
hurt real bad for a while.
Yeah. So Richard Rasnick says it's called getting old. Oh yes, indeed. We are old men here as well. So
I'm trying not
for
to.
yourself there, Hank.
So with all of that going on today, I was home and I was doing a whole bunch of stuff from the house, and but I was really, really out of it. So Lola just literally woke me up. She's like, "Hey, you got to get up so we can go do this show."
Hey, from laying down, right from the thing. Hey, man.
Yeah. So here I am doing the show. The show must go on. It's old show business rules.
I guess.
Yeah. Shout out to all you guys.
Let me tell you, back in the old days, they used some good drugs too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. I'm going to ask everyone to hit the thumbs ups. Okay. Hit those thumbs ups. Share the video. Of course, if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. Ring the bell so you can be notified. We appreciate all of that. Okay. Yeah, so there's a ton of things going on here. The subject is, of course, it's GUNSTREAMER. While I don't see anyone from GUNSTREAMER in the chat. I know they come in from time to time, but we're not having this conversation because they're here. I want to have that conversation with everyone just so you guys know where to find a lot of our videos. Because what's happening is YouTube, they've been doing this for now, I think, like 2 years, right? They keep, like, every time we put up videos, everything has to be reviewed.
Because of me.
Well, what's happening lately, a lot of the videos that Walter is in for whatever crazy reason, I guess it's just coincidental. Walter's in a lot of videos. We do a lot of stuff together.
Is it though?
I don't know.
Everybody's going after Walter.
Yeah, Walter.
It's just bad luck.
What did you do, Walter? There you go. That's what Walter did. He practiced his First Amendment rights.
Yeah, that's right.
So, but what's been happening is that they've been doing that all this time. They've been demonetizing videos, right? So this is why I've spent a lot of time trying to find places that we could put our videos on that they'll be safe. And you guys know that whole saga we've been going through it. Mm-hmm. So here's the thing. From when this thing happened in New Zealand last week, I think that kicked off another round of YouTube going at it. I know there was a tweet that they put out saying that, we're on top of this or whatever. They're not going
on top of what though?
Well, here's the thing. They're not just going after this guy who did something horrible and streamed it on social media. Like all of this social media crap we're going through is supposed to be because I don't know whose dog that is. I'm not sure. Oh, there you go. Okay, all the social media crap that we've been going through, right, is so that they're supposedly trying to do something about violence and stopping violence from getting on social medias.
You know how many thousands of years we've been violent with each other?
Yeah, but look,
thousands of years.
But also, none of that worked with this guy, right? This guy actually live streamed these horrible acts that he committed. That was all over social media. Mm-hmm. And I'm not happy about that. That's a terrible thing. But what the hell are these people doing? All they're really doing is coming down on guys like us that we're practicing the First Amendment. What we're talking about is covered by the Second Amendment. We are not violent people. We don't ever call for anyone being hurt or anything like that unless you have to defend yourself. Yep. Why are all their efforts aimed at us and do nothing about this particular guy?
We're the evil gun owners. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. So, so what happened is that kicked off a whole new round of things.
And then there was another one today I saw. In the
Netherlands. Unfortunately, there was something that happened.
Netherlands or Belgium or someplace like
the
that.
Netherlands,
I mean, they're shooting on it. Once again, that European thing was someone of Islamic.
So it says here, shooter opened fire on a tram in Utrecht, Netherlands. Manhunt underway. Yeah. So here's the thing about it. So what this means is that YouTube goes through again all of our videos.
That's the button.
Yeah. And so videos that in some, not all cases, but in some cases, videos that we've already gone through this whole review process, they hit again. And I've got a bunch of them, like they came back with, so as soon as they do that, we say, okay, we're requesting you guys to go through and, you know, and review these videos. And then immediately they go through it and they go like, yeah, all these 10 videos never will be monetized. You know, so we keep going through that whole situation. And here's how I want to deal with this. I'm going to remove all of those videos from YouTube. Because when they demonetize a video, I know people out there like, okay, they're just taking away the money, but they're still
but they still put advertising in your video, and you don't get a freaking dime from it.
Yep.
That's one in a lot of cases.
That's called using you like a Trojan.
Yeah.
Now that's what that's called.
Absolutely, 100%. That's true. But here's the other thing that happens when they demonetize a video. They push that video down. It's not just that they're saying, okay, people, they won't be advertising on this. They also do like push down discovery.
They put that video in the back of the bus, so to speak.
Yeah, it's negative on the algorithm. Okay. If you look at our stats on Hank Strange, YouTube/Hank Strange, we're growing. We've got more and more subscribers on there.
But
when we put up videos, those videos keep getting hit up and they're not performing well. We've got 70-something thousand people subscribed to us. But
awesome.
the videos aren't doing well because all of these videos being demonetized, all these red flags. So if you keep leaving videos up there, they're like, yeah, this guy has 50 demonetized videos. We got to make sure people don't even see this guy. Right. So all of these things are working against us for us having them up there. So the solution that I'm going with right now, I've been going through this for a long time, thinking about it. We created a playlist on GUNSTREAMER called Banned on YouTube. And I'm going to start putting all those videos in there. Right now, there's about I think there's like maybe 14, 15 videos in there. And I'm going to start putting all those videos in there. And I'm also going to put them, GUNSTREAMER has Contributors, which is a tier that, like basically to see those videos, you can join Contributors. It works something like Patreon, and you can support us on there. So I've just created one tier, like a $3 tier. If people want to support us, you can see all the other videos that are on GUNSTREAMER, but these particularly banned videos, I'm putting it there in that category. And what that does is it helps us to keep doing this, because regardless of what anyone thinks out there, it is incredibly expensive to keep doing this whole thing. You know, so if I'm asking folks out there to help us out, go on GUNSTREAMER. You can follow us. You can follow other people. Most of the videos that are on there that are anywhere else, you could look at them and all that kind of stuff. But if you want to help us out, it's like $3 a month that, you know, that you can contribute to us through Contributors. That's part of GUNSTREAMER. And I'm going to put all those videos in there, including videos that YouTube has taken down before that we had to, like, we removed already. So I think at this point, there's probably 50, 60, somewhere, at least somewhere in that realm of videos that we just removed altogether from YouTube because they were just hitting us up so badly on it. A lot of bullpup videos and things like that. Right now, what's happening, a lot of the videos that they're going after are videos that have to do with Walther. Like if Walther takes that gun apart, because here's the thing, they don't want us to teach anyone about anything, which is weird. So if you just do a video and you shoot a gun, seems like they don't really care that much. But if you take that gun apart, they feel like you're teaching someone something. Well, isn't that the point of YouTube? We're trying to show people how to deal with their guns safely, how to take them apart and clean them, how to handle them, and things like that. So Richard Hughes is saying something about does Walther have too much white privilege?
Oh, bless you. Yeah, bless your heart.
Gibson Fender says, with all due respect to Hank and other 2A creators, why do you still utilize YouTube at all? Honestly, you are being a hypocrite. GTFO YouTube altogether. Until then, no sympathy. I'm not asking anyone, first of all, I'm not asking anyone for sympathy. What I'm explaining something to you guys. And I'll let these guys explain stuff after I say this. why are people still on YouTube?
Because that's the place where people go to look at stuff.
Yeah, that's the place that has the biggest audience. Now, we're trying to go someplace else, but guess what, people? There's no magic wand to wave here, right? So you can't just magically get everyone to go over to other places. And there's other options out there, which I've taken a lot of time out of what I'm doing, a lot of time, energy, and stuff like that, and try to deal with alternatives to YouTube. But that's not easy. It's a very expensive proposition that we're talking about. So companies have come and gone, and there's a few people out there that, so far as platforms, that are able to compete with this, but it's not even enough that those companies are out there. That's why I'm telling you about GUNSTREAMER. That's why I've spent a bunch of time telling people about GUNSTREAMER. I don't get any money for that. You know, GUNSTREAMER is not monetized in terms of, if you look at videos over there, there's no advertising or anything like that yet. They're working on all those things. But it's not just GUNSTREAMER. I've talked to GUNSTREAMER, YouTube. Of course, there's Full 30. The only thing I know about Full 30 is that Mac is one of the guys that owns it. But, you know, that doesn't mean that he's not like working behind the scenes over there. And there's other places that I've tried to work with and talk to and all that. This is a very, very difficult thing. So when there's people like Gibson that says, oh, why don't you guys just get over there and do this thing? It's not enough that there's a platform. There have to be platforms. There probably has to be different options. And then the audience needs to go over there. So why aren't you over there?
Oh, you know? Might be, but
yeah. But we need to get a bigger audience over there.
We could be over there doing this on that if you could do it over there, but I don't believe you can do that over there.
Not yet. It's because it's going to take money for them to.
Once again, yeah, it takes a lot of dollars to get all that going.
Yeah, GUNSTREAMER is a company. They're like real tech guys that are over there. We've had them on the show here before, but it takes money to do all this stuff. They have an app that you can go on and you can look at videos from their app. They're able, when you sign up for GUNSTREAMER, they're able to pull your whole library over. We've got that. I think we have multiple channels over on GUNSTREAMER. They don't have live because live is a very expensive thing. And how are they going to get the money to pay for live and all the other things that we want? We have to get the industry involved with them, right? The firearms industry has to start dealing with these platforms that are alternatives when it comes to Second Amendment out there. But a lot of the industry is sitting back, sitting on the fences, because they don't know, because these places aren't established. When you say, well, why are you still on YouTube? Because that's where the audience is. Everyone goes over there. So if you're the owner of a company, you're looking at these platforms, you're like, look, I need people to know about my stuff. Unless you believe in socialism, you know, you don't automatically get money for making these things. So if you're a gun company, you're manufacturing stuff, you need to make money so you can pay your bills, pay your employees, etc. Right?
No, you don't need money. No.
Yeah. So this is the thing. So a lot of them are sitting on the fence. To get them off the fence, that's going to take some work. Mm-hmm. And you guys probably don't know this, and I try not to like get deep into this, but this is some of the work that I'm doing. Like when I went to SHOT Show, half of my time, I don't know where Lola is, if she left. You guys know me though, and maybe you don't believe what I'm saying, but half of my time, no one paid for me to go to SHOT Show. I paid to go to SHOT Show. Okay, I paid to stay there. Half of my time at SHOT Show, I spent my time talking to companies on behalf of GUNSTREAMER, for example. So I have to do that. It's nothing special. Everyone else out there has to do that, whatever platforms they're into and they support. The industry needs to come on. The audience needs to get over there. It's a lot more complicated than, oh, you're a hypocrite because you're still on YouTube. If I didn't have to be there, I would have left there a long time ago.
I think the biggest issue is the audience to me, because as a user, a content, more of a content viewer than a content creator, it's just so easy for me to type in YouTube and go to YouTube and just watch YouTube, and it's harder for me to think to go over to GUNSTREAMER and watch content over there. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if there's a good reason for it. It's just YouTube.
I think it's how we work as human beings, right?
Yeah.
You know, and by the way, Gibson, I'm not mad at you or anything like that. And I don't think you were like, you know, what I think it's you brought up a point that the reason why I'm mentioning it is because it needs to be addressed. It's what's going through lots of people's minds. This is not a magical switch that we can flip and then everyone goes over to the new place.
The only magical switch that would happen is if Google went and said, we're turning off YouTube tomorrow. Sorry, which that's never going to happen. That's the only way it would push everybody over.
Now, what is going to happen at some point, I'm telling you guys this is going to happen at some point. They will turn us off. They will turn off the gun guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're working towards that. They're working towards that.
Yes. What they need in order to do that is political cover. That's why their thing right now is demonetizing. Right? It's demonetizing. And in some cases, in extreme cases, deplatforming. Eventually, when they get political cover, they're going to deplatform all of us. You know, they're using their companies as activists to fight what they think is a gun violence problem or a violence problem in the world.
No, they're using it to its control. That's this ruse of violence and children and all this stuff. They could give a shit about children. They want control is what they want.
Yeah.
And as long as you fall into that idea that somehow they're making things safe, you know, you're gonna be less safe when, like in Venezuela, where there's no food to eat. Yeah.
The reason why they haven't done it already is because we have something called the First Amendment that you know, and we have the Second Amendment when it comes to guns. What they're afraid of right now, right now, like when we talk about voting and all of that, right now, Trump is in the White House and the media does not like him. And social media companies don't like him either, but you know, he's the president. So they can't go after him directly, and he has a huge amount of people following him. What they're looking for is political cover. If they have Democrats in the White House and they have enough Democrats in both houses in Congress, and you know, there's no chance that when they do this to everyone en masse, when they deplatform people, that they're going to get brought up there, and then they go, okay,
they won't do anything.
Yeah, well, that's what they're worried about.
Back in the old days, you know, they wanted. There was a thing called like there weren't supposed to be monopolies, right? Well, now there's monopolies. These, you know, that control a lot of the stuff, and it's getting worse and worse as these like, say for example, the cell phone companies grow bigger and bigger as they gobble up the small ones. Yeah, you'll have no choice. But
here, so you're right, Walter. But we still have those laws on the books, and what the companies know about all this, and we have seen companies get pulled up in front of Congress, right?
But you have to have they pulled up in front of Congress, and these Congress people talk to them like they're blithering idiots. Yeah. The Congress people don't know; they don't much know how to get out of the room they're in, much less what's going on the internet.
They are blithering idiots.
Yeah. Also.
Well, they don't even know what the internet is, half of them. So,
and here's the thing: here's a problem that we have. The only people that get a little bit mad is some of the Republicans up there. They, one, don't understand it. Two, they don't really use it, so they don't understand. Like, this is why Republicans have this problem versus Democrats. Trump used social media, specifically Twitter and other places, to get elected. That's a good thing. But a lot of Republicans out there, one of the things that they don't like about Trump, Republicans, is that they don't use social media the way that they should. Because of what you're saying, they don't understand it. Now, if let's say social media was biased the other way, right? And they started taking out, let's say they took out who can we think of? Let's say they took out Ocasio-Cortez, and they took out all these liberals out there that are always going after us, right? Or going after Trump or whatever. Then you would see
murder.
Yeah, then you would see people on the other side going, okay, that's it. We have to have oversight of these companies. You know, we've got to see what they're up to. But you don't have that right now. And what you're going to get is that it could happen in a few months. It could happen in a few years. They're going to get political cover, and they're going to go, you know what? To solve this problem, there's going to be no content about this and this and this and this.
There'll be no talk about it either.
You know what? Yeah. To solve this problem. Yeah. So Gibson Fender says, I didn't mean to stir the pot. I just really wish you all big creators would move on to a new designated platform other than YouTube.
You can't
all follow.
You can't get okay. Explain
I
that.
believe that Gibson would. I believe our audience with like the folks who come on here every day. I 100% believe you guys will follow us, but we need a lot more people. Go ahead, Walt.
You'll never get all the creators, what if you want to call them that, whatever. The children in the playground,
The community.
the children in the playground,
Yeah,
will never play together.
Yeah.
Because one ego is bigger than the other. It's just like the playground. There's always the clique in the playground, and then there's a not clique, and then there's the bullies over here, and then there's the minorities. They break up in different areas. Nobody ever gets together and does the same thing, and they never will on the internet either.
Why? Because it's human nature.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm not asking anybody to change that. That's how you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
But when you talking about money and views and all that stuff, they start banging their chests like, I'm the king of the hill. I'm not going with the little guy. Fuck that.
Yeah. Also, I mean, look, we need the platform is not easy to develop. When YouTube started, there were lots of other companies like YouTube. All this social media,
They got bought up.
there's companies that have come and gone, right? Yes, and got
They
bought
got
up.
bought up. And,
Yeah.
and that way there's no competition, right?
Yeah. So let's say, how many gun guys do you guys really think are out there? This is a good question. I would like you guys to tell me how many gun people in America out of the 350 million, how many gun guys do we have out there on a regular basis you think that are on social media?
Oh, okay.
On social media?
Yeah. Like the whole social media pool. I know some people like YouTube, some people like Twitter, they like this, they like that. What do you think the audience size is out there for the gun guys, the people that believe in the second
Audience or guys that are actually on it?
The people that are on it, that are participating in Instagram and YouTube.
A quarter of the gun and a quarter of the gun.
I will only go maybe 10
Million.
million.
I would say 1 million people at most.
Okay, Patrick says 1 million. Walter, you say 10. Trae, how many million people do you think it is?
I'll say 5. I'll be between those guys.
Okay, I'm with Trae. I think it's like 5 million people. I know there's 350 million people in America. I know everyone thinks that half of those people are into guns.
There's a lot of gun people that aren't even on the internet.
Yeah, true.
I hear it. I've seen it. I don't do that, especially when it comes to things like stem parts. I don't do that. I don't like that. They're watching my stuff. I don't like that.
So let's say conservatively, we all say that there's 5 million people. What would happen? So there's 5 million people that every day they go on stuff. So let's say we created our own social media platform somewhere. Okay. And there's 5 million people accessing that. Do you think that's going to be, do you think, I mean, is it like that kind of thing? Do you guys think? How much money do you think it takes to service 5 million people? By the way, I see Ashley from GUNSTREAMER. She's here. Shout out to her. You guys can ask Ashley right now. What would it take to service those 5 million people if all of them started coming over? And I think Babyface, you do this a little bit. You know?
But not 5 million people and guns, they're not a quarter of those people might be paying attention to what's going on with politics.
Yeah,
Maybe an eighth of those people might be paying attention. The rest are looking to see what the latest 30-06 bullet is.
But here's what I'm saying to you. If you look at YouTube and you see how many people, I don't know, Patrick, is there a way we could figure out how many people actually use YouTube every day? Because I'm sure we're talking about hundreds of millions of people.
Oh, no. You're
that's worldwide too.
Yeah, you're talking worldwide. YouTube viewer stats. Where do you want it? By like country?
Let's say just here in America. If we don't care about the rest of the world, like the thing I'm trying to get to with you guys, we're talking about a very expensive proposition, and there's no company that could do this without money. You have to have money to burn. I've spent a lot
active daily users.
30 million,
and that's worldwide.
That's worldwide. Okay.
1.9 billion monthly users.
Yeah. And how many servers does it take for YouTube?
City blocks worth.
Yeah. So this is the kind of thing, like this is actual machinery. I know it's virtual, so it seems really lightweight, but it's kind of like a heavy thing, and it takes a lot of money.
It's expensive. You have to pay for not only the space, you have to pay for the building expenditures, you have to pay for the hardware.
There's
you have to pay with electricity, you have to pay for the fastest internet in the world, basically. There's nothing cheap about running a server farm at all.
Yeah. So the thing is that it's this is why, and like I said, I know whenever I talk, this happens with me and Lola. When I talk, I get very excited
Yeah.
So people think I'm mad. Like even Lola thinks I'm mad sometimes. I'm not really mad.
Well, you kind of go on sometimes.
You're passionate.
Yeah, I'm passionate. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. And I do go on, Walter. You're right. But it's an expensive thing to do. Look, I've spent time, like I want to work for myself, but I've actually gone and worked for companies because they're telling me, yeah, we're going to do something. And I think something needs to be done here. So I've taken that time and try to go work with guys and do this and develop it. And that time was burnt and lost, but I don't regret it. I did it because I believe that we need to do this. We need to get ready for this. So that's why, like the GUNSTREAMER guys, when I did last year, when I drove around the country on my way back, I stopped off and I talked to those guys, and I've put a lot of energy and time into it because this is what it's going to take. Not just from me, from everyone out there doing this. It's going to take time, energy for us to create a platform that everyone's going to be able to go to and support it, and then that will be okay. And also, I think Babyface said it. Ultimately, where most people aren't going to go over until YouTube kills all the gun stuff, and then you're like, there are those things.
There we go.
Go ahead, Walt.
YouTube must be putting the choking ring around your internet speed.
Yeah.
Oh, did I slow down? Okay, Lola, I don't know. It's just none of my devices.
Yeah, it's not me. It's you.
Yeah. Okay. Or it's probably this new place. That's the thing, man. The internet is probably spiking in this area right now. I think Lola left.
All these damn leftists getting home after eating.
Yeah.
So what'd you bring out this weekend, Walter? When you came out with Hank to my place?
Oh well, I had the HK type guns with me.
Oh, I didn't see that.
You're
Oh
not
man.
on the internet, are you?
Yeah, I
I
had that.
I need to
stuff.
get with you and get a tail hook from my Rattler.
Oh, okay. A little bit of Zenith news. Just anybody that's been looking to get a Zenith, I think a Z5P or an RS. The little birdie told me today that they had 1,400 of them come in, and all 1,400 have went out to distributors. So
wow.
They've owed them for a long time. So they're expecting more coming in, but those ones that came in went away immediately. So they're going to be hitting the highways and byways probably tomorrow or the next day through the distributor. So
yeah. Someone wants to know. You guys can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Someone wants to know if we have Spectrum in Gainesville. I don't know. That's a question for you.
I
think
thought
it's an internet service or something.
Or something.
I don't think we have Spectrum.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's Infinity. I can't ever keep it all.
The bigger,
it used to be Bright House, and that was Spectrum.
Yeah.
By the way, I paid for a faster, more downloads, more uploads to be here. And I'm spending like $200 a month on the internet that we're trying to use here. So
it might not be the internet, but it could be your computer.
It could be. I also have a very old ass computer.
Well, it has nothing to do with that. You love having like 17 million tabs open, and each one of those is a separate CPU.
Well, because
Bust on his ass.
Each one is a separate process.
Okay, how am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to know? Like,
I have 4 tabs open plus the chat, and I'm reporting things on Twitter at the moment. So, like, you don't need that many tabs. Just saying.
Close it down.
I gotta have stuff to talk about.
Oh God.
I know. Get a second. Hey, I got. Oh well, I'm running on a.
You're running 2 things, which does make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
An old-fashioned, old-school tough book, man.
Yeah. So one of the things about that is that first of all, I didn't bring in my laptop. I told you guys I came in here. Otherwise, I would open up and have all that stuff. We'll get it all worked out. It's a combination of things.
Yeah. Tell Lola pedal faster on the generator.
Yeah. Pedal faster. You're not on the internet.
You get to turn the satellite dish like this.
Pedal faster.
21 gigawatts.
Yeah. Maybe when you just put on your computer, it just went on this.
All right, so Trae, you asked me what I brought out to your place. I brought the HK type guns. I brought a Hakim, Egyptian Hakim.
I've never seen one of those.
Yeah.
Oh,
you guys will see Walter shooting it. It's loud as all bejeebus.
Well, it's 8mm Mauser. It's supposed to be that way.
Yeah.
Do you have it? Do you have any of those guns there with you, Walt? That's what Trae's asking.
No, they're still at the shop.
Oh,
okay.
I brought a K98 Mauser. I brought
How far did you guys go out to with those? Did you go to 3?
We're like
No, we didn't do that far, man. We didn't, because you know what? We had too many. Mostly, okay. So this weekend, the reason why we were on your range is
that
because,
new berm work?
Yeah, it worked fine. The reason why we were out there is because Dave from Liberty Suppressors came out, brought a bunch of suppressors for us to shoot. So when you guys see those videos, most of them are going to be suppressor oriented. Walter did shoot that Liberator.
Yeah, the Liberator pistol. Yeah, you did too.
Yeah, and I shot it one time.
How'd your gloves hold up?
Huh?
How'd your gloves hold up to the Liberator?
He didn't have
no, I didn't have the gloves on.
He was running. He was doing it bareback. So
it's pain. It's pain.
But we had some ammo issues. We tried the Fort Scott and it would not. I don't know if it's a case linked or what, but the door on the Liberator wouldn't close. Yeah. So then Dave went into his private stash, I think out of one of his guns, and we got miscellaneous types of hollow point.
And some would work, some would.
Yeah, we got three out of it.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I've shot it before with
almost like it's out of spec.
Well, I shot it before with GI Ball from World War II vintage, and every one of them fit. So
I think there's a couple of things with that which we talked about when we put up that video. You guys will see, but one, you said the guy didn't send it. What was it, Walter? It wasn't.
Well, when he sends those pistols out, the ones that are actually pistols, he doesn't drill the firing pin hole all the way through. So that's up to you to do. And the reason behind that is because if you want to really shoot it, you got to do that. I guess he figures that, because it's not made to shoot 1,000 times. It won't last 1,000 times.
Also, I don't know what I mean. That's a reproduction of the original ones. That one probably would take more ammo even than the original ones. But remember, 45 has changed a little bit since then. So
I've got some more of that World War II vintage ball ammo. I got to dig it out. I think I know where it's at, and we'll shoot it with that, or I'll get some regular ball, because everything we used was not regular ball. It was either a hollow point or the Fort Scott stuff, which is a little higher up the food chain.
I'll put that whole video up so you guys can see it. You guys like. I probably won't even edit that video because it was cool. It's cool.
It was fun. Yeah.
It was a cool thing.
Plus, I brought the Sten guns out, and I had we had a can on those too.
Oh man, I missed that. I want to shoot that. I want to shoot that one.
They were really quiet.
The Sten is
but
so
I like
awesome
that it's down. You get the down set up for it, not the side.
Well, I had both. I had side fed and.
I didn't know you had it. Darn it! You put the speed up too, right?
Yeah. You should have hung out with us. So the thing is, like when we're making all these kinds of videos, we really didn't have. I think what I did with the 6.5, I zeroed it at 100, and then we just did what we had to do because it was more important really to talk about the suppressors and everything. Yeah. I'll come back out there to you and do further shooting stuff on that. Like those guns,
I didn't leave
to shoot distance
right away too. I was actually right across the pond from you at my friend's house, and it was quiet. It was crazy. I could hear y'all shooting, but it was really quiet.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, those cans are nice.
The 6.5 with the can on it is really surprisingly quiet.
I could hear you shoot. I was like, wow, that's pretty impressive.
Were we supposed to shoot at the pond or no?
No. You were shooting fine. You shot at the berm. That's what you were supposed to shoot at.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Don't look at the videos then.
No, you can shoot at the pond too. I own all of that behind there too.
Yeah, we started up a little bit. At least
because a Sten gun sounds really nice. Suppressed
shooting the water.
Yeah.
I don't care about the Sten.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we didn't shoot anything big into the pond. No. Yeah. 9mm. It just makes a nice little thud. It sounds like right. It sounds like that, which is cool.
Pop. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, man, I'm jealous. I didn't know you had it with you. I'd have stayed and shot that.
Okay. Well, it took some time for me to get that gun zeroed, which Walter's brain.
I could have helped you with that too. I didn't.
His brain needs to immediately shoot guns.
Well, okay. Let me clarify the situation. The sun came out. The sun came out. Yeah. And it got hot. All right. So we're out in the. We're
give him some ice cream. That have slowed him down.
Yeah.
We're standing out in the sun, and I'm baking alive here. It's like, all right, get this shooting stuff over with.
Yeah.
And then we went down and got in the shade, and that was like rebirth.
Yeah, a lot better. Shout out to Clover Tack. Yeah, it was good out there, except we lost the shade. We need to get some kind of one of those tent
I could have brought my
awning
pop-up
setup.
thing, but I
Yeah.
didn't know we were going to the clandestine range.
Yeah.
I had one at the other range. I'm sorry. Next time, Walter, I'll make sure
Yeah.
you have it.
Also, and this is not, we didn't record any of this, but just so you guys know, Trae is like, yeah, I got this other place just right around the corner. Don't ever, you should.
It was 10 minutes away.
Okay, if you're from the country, we should all already know this. When someone in the country says to you, it's right around the corner.
Yeah.
It's 10 minutes away.
That was not 10 minutes.
It was 10 minutes. You didn't like it?
Maybe it's 10 minutes how you drive all the time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not a Hank speed.
Yeah.
And then, tell me the best part. We're driving along, and all of a sudden, we see Trae go in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
He's going back to help a lady with a flat tire, and we're all like going, okay.
I sent the information. I called Hank. I told him what was going on.
So here's the thing. So Lola and myself go up there. Walter's up in his own vehicle, and then Dave from Liberty meets us with his family in his vehicle. So the three of us are following Trae, and we leave the range. And Trae turns onto a main road. There's traffic and everything coming down the road. He turns onto the road and takes off. None of us have turned. Like there needs to be
That's what you normally do.
There needs to be rules on how you drive when people are following you, and everyone needs to follow those.
And you couldn't pull right out behind him because there were cars coming.
Yeah,
so
you will die.
I'm the last person in line, and there's like 3 pickup trucks ahead of me in between. I'm kind of trying to. I never seen it one time on that road. I swear to God, we were driving along. Every vehicle was a pickup truck.
Yes.
Every car that.
No, that lady broken down had a Toyota Camry.
Yeah. She was the only one, I think. Yeah.
She had a tire sitting there, Hank. She had a tire sitting there. She goes, "Here, let me get my spare." She pulls out a tire with no rim on it.
Yes, I saw that.
I don't think I could put that.
This was all funny. I wish I was rolling on it.
And so I pulled up the top, there was actually a donut down there. So okay, I was like, all right, you get another tire. Thank God.
Yeah. So here's the thing: like Trae turns onto the road and hits like 80 miles per hour. He's gone. Then I get to turn a couple of cars after him, and the other people don't turn for. There's a whole stream of traffic coming down there. And I called Trae. I was like, Trae, I can't even see you anymore. Do you know that people are following you? And he's like, oh, you're right behind me. No,
Like, no.
There's a bunch of cars right behind him. So then, yes, we're driving along. We all see this old lady over, and then we probably all thought the same thing, like, oh man, she needs help. But we're in a procession. And then Trae calls me up. He's like, did you see that old lady back there? I started talking to Trae. I was like, yeah, Trae, I saw her. Here's the only thing. We're all in a procession trying to keep up with you. Trae didn't listen to the rest of what I had to say. He just U-turned. He was like, boom, I'm going back. So
I felt bad for her. She was like looking at the tire iron just to figure out where to put it.
Yeah. I noticed that. Yeah. She's like,
so what happened?
Hey, we made it. We made it.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
We survived.
No, yeah, it's true. But next time, Trae, when people are following you, there are rules.
Well,
I'm going to just put ice cream in there for Walter. You'll have ice cream, Walter.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
So anyway, it was cool, Trae. Thanks for having us out there on the range.
Yeah, it's gorgeous out there, isn't it, man?
Yeah,
it is, man. That lake is so nice. You're gonna see a bunch of.
It's 30 foot deep.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's 30 foot.
Was there a gator in there, or is that just a rumor?
Oh, there's several gators in there. If you'd asked me, I'd have rustled one for you and throw it in the back of your truck.
No thanks. That's okay. Totally fine. Don't really need to, unless we're gonna.
Hey, you're not shooting unless you're riding an alligator with a stin, right?
Yeah.
That gets you some views on YouTube.
Yeah. Julie says there are no rules for Trae.
We get a lot of likes on that one.
Yeah. Julie says there are no rules for Trae. Yeah, Trae is a wild man.
No way.
DJ is like Wild Man Jr. He's like a little pint-sized mini-me version of Trae. So that was cool. It was cool seeing DJ. I don't see him was he sleeping?
No, he's taking a bath and he was screaming. That's why I had to mute me myself earlier.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Trae, do you want to tell us what's going on with Aries? I know I've put out some things out there for folks to help you out. How much of this can you talk about?
We're going through permitting process with the county again, and we're having some neighbors fight us. The funny part is they all have ranges in their yard, which I always thought was humorous. So if you guys want to email the county commissioners, it would help us out. On Tuesday, March 26th at 9 o'clock, the Lake County Administration Building, the county commissioners. If you want to come and show up, that would help me out also. Dress nice, be positive. The county commissioners are doing their job. We don't want to be rude to them. But if you'd like to come there and just say, hey, I support the range, that would be great. If you can't make it, then emails would work too. And that would help us out. Just dealing with the normal process. We talk about gun confiscation, ammo prices going up, all that stuff. But in all actuality, when you have nowhere to shoot, what does it matter? And that's really what they're trying to do, push out our shooting ranges.
So
keep that in mind.
What are they trying to do? They're trying to pass some sort of thing
No.
close you guys down or
Yeah,
something?
Trae, I think you need to explain that a little
I'm
bit.
getting more permitting to increase and to go to the next level on my range, and they're fighting me on it, trying to keep me from getting it.
So if you guys, like the next time, you guys probably haven't seen us do something out. Wow.
There he goes again.
There he goes.
While Hank is frozen, is there?
Frozen?
Oh no, now you're back. Maybe.
Okay. All right.
No, you're frozen again.
In and out.
What is going on?
Is it what are their reasonings for trying to fight this? I mean, aren't you kind of out in the boonies a little bit?
Well, that's what we're saying, basically.
Yeah. I don't understand why they would.
I don't even know where to begin with. Okay, so they brought out a list of questions they had for me. Oh, did I lose Hank, or are you guys still on?
I'm here.
We're here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Yeah.
They had a list of questions for me, and so one of the lists was that they wanted to restrict me from calling it A-10 airstrikes.
What?
And I said,
I've never done that before.
I'm sorry, I do not have the capability to call an A-10 airstrike, nor would I, because they shoot depleted uranium rounds. It would radiate my property for 100 years. So that's not happening. One of them was not arming drones to shoot. And I go, well, there is a federal law that keeps me from doing that. So that's not really where
it's
you
not
don't
even
have to
your
worry about
jurisdiction.
that. We're good on that one.
What on earth are they thinking?
Well, not
TV.
everybody's gun savvy. So in the defense of some of these people, I could see them asking some weird questions because they don't know much about guns. I mean, the guy that plunks cans in his backyard with his 22, he doesn't know anything about guns. And it's true. It is a fact.
Let's see, I'm looking at the contact info. So it looks like you have 5 county commissioners, or those who.
Yes, that's correct. If you can post that for me, babyface, because I'm terrible on the internet.
No,
Are we still on the air? Or is it just Hank?
We are. Hank's muted, and his camera's
Yeah,
live.
okay, you're right.
Yeah, his camera's live, so we're good. It's just
he's having a fit, probably.
Yeah, that's fine.
He's probably.
So we're dealing with it. Like I said, we have supporters on our side, supporters on the other side. Very typical, dealing with something. And work with them. I mean, trying to work with them and try to make everybody happy. The usual stuff. Everybody compromises and tries to work things out. Some people don't like to compromise.
Can you guys see me or hear me at all?
Yeah, we can see you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
So Trae, even though if I have a contact for an airstrike, we can't have one?
Yeah, that's a shame.
That's what the other property's for.
Yeah, so F-18s, are those fine? Can we call those in?
I already called in a 500-pounder, but I set it off myself.
Do you? Yeah, well, that's a good. I mean, when 500 pounds of tannerite go off, you think you might have rattled somebody's cage out there?
You're in the middle of
no, I don't know, because we only ever did it once, like 3 or 4 years ago. But I set the Guinness Book of World Records for 8 months.
Really? That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but they're still.
I held the record.
They're still cleaning
until
their pants
somebody
out.
beat me out with 600 pounds.
Oh my god.
So, okay, I know that I dropped out there for a second. I'm trying to figure out everything that's going on here. So basically what you're trying to do for the folks out there that need to know, I'm just trying to get a full vision on this. You guys are expanding and improving the range. When you started doing that to extend your permits and everything, obviously people started trying to make it more and more difficult for you to do that, right? Okay.
That is correct.
Yeah. So,
we need the 2A support. Need my 2A community support me.
Yeah. I'm sending emails right now. We got all 5. Basically,
thank you.
I'll drop this in chat real quick again. If you go here, you can click on each of the 5 county commissioners by name, and it will take you to a page where all you have to do is type out a simple little thing and hit send, and it'll go straight to their inbox.
Awesome. Thanks, Patrick.
So and remember, be nice. They're just doing their job, and we don't want anybody being rude or nasty. Just, hey, I support the range. I like to shoot. It's safe. Blah blah blah. don't be rude to the county commissioners. They're doing their job and they're trying to do what they think is best for the community. And I do recognize that. I don't agree with it. I want my range to continue on, but at the same time, don't be nasty. Represent the 2A community.
Right.
So remember, whatever you put out there is going to be a representation of us in general.
Yeah.
Be civil.
Yeah. If anyone's available on the 26th, you said, Trae?
Yes, that would be March 26th at 9:00 at the county commissioners meeting room, which is the administrational building, room 510 in Tavares.
And don't show up at the court or wherever they're meeting.
Do not show up with concealed
guns.
carry on.
And not even
that
a
is
pocket
one of the
knife.
places that does not allow you to conceal carry or carry a knife into. That is a law.
So don't.
You're gonna go through metal detectors.
Yeah.
And I'm a vet.
Yeah. So if you guys can help out, I think there's lots of different ways. Trae, do you have any of this info on your social media? Just
I
for
do
people
have it
who
on there,
catch
and
this later?
Babyface just posted it in the chat. Thanks, baby, because I'm not
Okay,
really
cool.
tech savvy today.
So folks who want to find it, if they're listening to us, let's say on audio or something else, they can just go to Aries Firearms Training.
Bye, Hank. Oh, there you go.
Oh, sorry. Am I here again? Oh,
Yep, you're back.
I can hear you.
Yeah, you're fine.
There you are.
I think Trae went in and out real quick
Oh, we're still here.
because he's making goofy sounds, but we can hear it.
Well, yeah,
all.
but I'm doing it to make fun of Hank. No offense.
Oh, okay.
okay. So I'm still here, right?
Yeah, you're still
Yes,
there.
sir.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah.
Listen. Go to Pornhub and stop downloading everything.
I
Turn it all off.
wish I was.
You guys don't
I
have
wish-
to be a Florida resident to send in your support.
No.
Just remember that. You can be Texas or Arizona, whatever you want. They just need to hear our voices.
Right.
Yeah, I wish I was doing all of that. Right now, I only have like the windows I need for this show open.
Oh,
So I have no other.
hey. Speaking of internet, I need to get off the Wi-Fi and go on the network here at my house. There we go. Boom.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nothing changed. It got probably even better.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that, Walter. You're so awesome. You're so awesome. Yeah. See, I don't know, man. So first of all, these Apple devices are very hungry. I keep telling Lola, turn off the Wi-Fi altogether. If the Wi-Fi is on your phone, even if you're trying to do something else, it's set up to use both.
You
And
know
mostly it's going to use the
It goes
internet.
direct. Yeah, it defaults to the Wi-Fi. I turn mine off.
You shouldn't with the data that you're purchasing. You shouldn't have an issue. You should be able to have 10 people in there on your phones, plus you streaming. I think the problem is because the problem is the down is always great. It's the up that they never sell you enough upwards bandwidth. And that's the main thing for something like this.
If you have a business line.
Yeah, with all of us tuning in. So I don't know. I need to come.
I mean, I got 30 up is the most that I could get up,
which is crazy.
I'll probably start doing my podcast from my office. We have a T1 connection.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, here's the problem. I mean, and that 30 up, I think I have 300 down, 30 up, and that's like $200.
Yeah, you should have been like, look, cap me at 80 down. I don't need 300 down. Cap me at 80 down. Just give me more upward bandwidth because you don't need the down as much as you need the up.
Well, if you get a chance, Patrick, come by and we'll try to go through during the day before we do the show.
Yeah, I'll have to come by tomorrow, by the way.
Yeah.
Because I got to borrow your gate key.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So we can go use the range tomorrow afternoon.
Okay. That's fine. So, we just need to, Gibson Fender says 30 up is huge. Huge.
It is. I mean, for your.
Oh, wow. I just saw something on the interweb here. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if this is true, because everything on the internet is true, right? Judge dismisses lawsuit blaming gunmaker Remington for Sandy Hook massacre.
Already dismissed?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was like 2 days running.
Well, they're going to have to sue the car.
Should have come up in the first place.
No, let's sue Forks and Cars and who else can we sue for making us do things we shouldn't? I should sue Pizza Hut because I was thinking about getting pizza tonight, and that's really bad for my health. Can I put in a lawsuit against them? Like,
well, yeah. There's no, we got to in this world where there's no such thing as personal responsibility. So
yeah, exactly.
It's not my fault.
Don't tear them pillows. Don't take them tags off those pillows.
Oh man.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
I just got a new pillow. I just bought a new pillow.
What kind you get?
Monitors my sleep and it has speakers in it so I can do white noise.
Ooh,
come on, man!
White noise or like a thunderstorm.
$50 and it Wi-Fi's to my phone and does white test.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
And the battery's 2 weeks long. That is pretty sexy, isn't it, Pete?
Yeah,
That's cool.
That's pretty, okay, we're going to get way off topic here, but I'm going to tell you guys something that was cool from forever ago. When I used to work construction back in college, we went to the trade show, like the big construction trade show in Orlando one year. There was a company that was doing bathtubs where the water was the medium sound. So you would sit, like you're standing above it, but you in the water, and when it gets like up to your your neck, you could hear it because you like basically.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Super.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
that is pretty cool.
That's cool. Good vibrations going right through you.
Yeah. We just used to fart in a bathtub when I was a kid.
I am pretty sure you still do that.
No comment.
DCG44 says he's going to sue me for making him buy more guns and keeping him broke. Oh yeah, this is so crazy. I don't understand how these courts are getting away with this stuff. They should have dismissed that. Hopefully they did dismiss this now, but these things should be dismissed immediately. They should never get a chance to put this up, and they should make them pay.
They pick and choose the laws. They pick and choose how they interpret the laws and the laws in these civil courts.
Yeah.
So like we were dealing with a situation where somebody was accusing somebody else. So he attacked him at his job, and he used 3 laws, and he used half of the 3 laws to attack him, not the rest of the law. And so he sent me a copy of it. It was a gun related issue. And I'm like, that's only half the law. So I sent him back the full portions of the law, completely changed it when you read the rest of the statute. But he was trying to get him in trouble. And that's the same thing. These courts are just reading a portion of the law and making a decision based off of that. Let me tell you about child support. That's even the worst. And then you talk about civil. Child support, the judge just goes, I don't like you. I'm going to rule in the favor of the other person. It has nothing to do with anything to do with the child.
I've heard that's true. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, here's some more back to gun news. Hudson Manufacturing filed for bankruptcy.
Yeah, saw that.
Which is sad because
Who did? Who?
Hudson, makers of the Hudson.
Let me just my opinion here.
Too expensive.
Too much, way too fast. When you come out with a brand new gun, and you got boxes that look like Apple made them.
Yeah.
You know how much money it costs just to make that fucking box?
Put your money.
And obviously it wasn't that fucking great.
but it looks like they weren't fucking paying their bills either. Yeah. So that means they weren't selling anything, I guess. But there's a lot of people that
weren't those guns like $2,000?
They were 14.
It was less than that. I mean, I
shot one. I'm
like, and see. I think they're still available out there.
I liked it. I really liked it. It was just
I did not babyface.
So then they also said, well, the people that sent their guns in for service, don't know if you're going to get them back because there's no money to send them back.
Yeah, we've been reading that Hudson is going to go bankrupt or already is bankrupt in the tea leaves. Yeah. For a while, we've been talking about that. Well, this might just be, this just might be the official thing. That's kind of sad. We've spoken to those guys. I've done a bunch of videos and all that. I think I kind of agree with Walter that, a lot of money got burned here. A lot of it on marketing. The boxes are just one place, but going out like a SHOT Show, they did Media Day, which is which you got to pay money for that, and then they were at SHOT Show itself. All of that money is a huge burn for a first time that a company's been out there, and then if you don't sell, if you're not just selling out all those guns immediately, it's really tough. So
once the initial thrill is over, then you got to do it for real, and I guess they weren't doing it for real. So
yeah,
it wasn't that great of a gun.
Well, I look at it. When I look at the Hudson, I see a fancy Tokarev or a fancy 45.
No, I see an SR9.
Okay, that's even.
Yeah,
that's even.
I mean, it was $1,400. I think realistically, it would have been a lot less.
Yeah. Look, I think it's too bad that they're going out of business. There's a lot of things that went wrong. But I think I said this when it first came out. These are probably in the long term here. These are going to be a limited amount of guns. So if I can get one really cheap, I would get one and
I'll probably take one. I would love to have one.
I've shot them. They're not that bad.
I liked it.
Yeah.
They came out when the gun world was in a super duper slump.
Yeah. Also, bad timing.
Yeah, I mean that's not the time you introduce a new handgun that really isn't revolutionary.
Yeah.
To be quite honest with you. So
well, and if you do it, Walter, I think you made a good point. You can't drop all your money into
in boxes.
Well, not just boxes.
I mean,
and all the marketing stuff that goes on.
That's all people get off on touching those nice boxes. Oh, that's such a nice package.
And then 6 months later, it's in a garbage box.
I got your nice package right here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I've heard. I mean, yeah, you're not Apple, Hudson. Okay, you know, I mean, Apple didn't start that way either. They had started with shitty little computers.
These guys, I'll tell you, and I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here because it's a real company with real people. It's owned by basically two people, a husband and a wife, and this was all their money in the world.
Yeah, it's
well, somebody
into this.
Let me just say this: according to these figures, somebody either they really duped some people because they owe a lot of people a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, it gets deep, right? It gets deep.
Serious when you go into $50 million.
Yeah,
that's a lot of duping. 50 million.
Yeah.
Holy.
Wait, hold on a second. Did you just say 50 million?
Did you just say $50 million?
No
way.
You read the thing. They show their assets only 50,000, but it's one machine company. They owe more than 500,000, and probably under $1 million. That leaves another 9 million in debt unaccounted for, and possibly as much as 49 million.
Holy moly!
The list of creditors spans 18 pages.
Wow!
Oh my God!
Somebody took off.
Let me give you a look. If somebody doesn't pay me right away, I'm not going to continue to make their pretty boxes.
Yeah, exactly.
I can tell you that right now. So I don't know how many people they duped with threats, with promises of grandeur, but you know,
looks like they're still available if anybody wants one at the moment.
Yeah,
I would love to have one. I would love to put one away in the safe, but
I'll take one.
No. I have an original car cow.
Yeah,
those?
I sent mine back.
Yep, I have the carry one. I wouldn't send it back. I loved it. It shot really well. You got one too, Walter? Or
I got a loader.
Yeah.
That's all I
is that a loader?
Yeah, a loader. It's a nice loader too. It's well made. I should have kept it actually because I really like that gun.
Yeah.
I like mine. I still kept it, Walter. I wouldn't send it back. I never had a problem with it. It shot really well for like $500-600 gun. I liked it.
Yeah, I got that when they were really cheap. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're into collecting guns, and
I think this is one of those that you should.
Yeah. If you see it somewhere, and don't everyone think that. Oh,
should we bring out some guns?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. If you guys have guns, please.
No 18-4s, Walter.
Yeah.
No Piats. No Piats, Walter.
But
all right.
Go ahead.
Gun. Here, I'll let everybody decide. What?
Okay.
Handgun or rifle? We'll see who clicks on it. Rifle.
I'm gonna say okay for the people. I
got a Reaper. I just got a Reaper. I might want to see the new or the old
let's
Reaper.
see it. Let's see it. Okay.
I got my pistol done.
For the folks out there who are thinking about collecting these,
I take
your time. Take your time.
Yeah. Don't overpay. Definitely don't overpay.
Yeah.
If you can find a used one for $600-700, it's probably worth it. I'd say.
Yeah.
Considering they were going for 12 when they first
came out. At first, they were $1,200 or $1,400 when they first came out.
Yeah, I don't know, Walter. In that stuff, did it say how many they made? How many?
No, I didn't see that.
Manufacturers.
They're available on Bud's Gun Shop for $770 at the moment. So they're still
$770.
Yeah, they're not super expensive. They're able to be had.
Yeah.
I would, if I can find one, that's what I'm saying. If you can find one for like $600, I would take it and put it away.
Yeah,
I don't know that it'll be worth. It's not one of those guns that I think is an heirloom piece that'll be worth $1 million one day. But I think it's one of those that in 20 years you bring it out and you're like, remember when this came out?
Yeah. Remember the Hudson? Yeah, $39 million.
Yeah. But to those folks who to the owners of that company, that husband and wife team, they were guys that are in the military and all that kind of stuff and doing contracting and everything. They put everything in there. That's a tough deal. It's a tough business out there.
Yeah,
so.
The gun business as a whole it's a raw industry.
Yeah, it's very not easy.
I don't know that I would want to take my life savings and start making guns. It's just too risky.
As Walter hears this, he goes,
you have to be real about what you're doing. You know, I mean, I wouldn't come out with. That'd be like coming out with a new high point. Come on. What's the point? You know, it's not.
People still buy them pieces of shit.
Oh yeah, I'd love to have that company. I'd take that company any day.
And I think
There it is, Reaper side charging handle.
it's never sexy to slowly build up your company. We all make those mistakes, right? Always the best thing to do is like you're coming out with your company, start slow, build your way up. Like Magpul did that. A lot of other companies out there. I think Walter, you said it before. Daniel Defense started off small, built their way up, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the way to do it. Yeah. That's the way to do it, babyface. When you do build your empire, you just start off by making a little tiny.
You gotta find the niche, man. You gotta have the niche.
I'm waiting for that niche to be mined out, but you know, Walter's gotta help me out.
Yeah.
I thought about that today, and I didn't. I'll mention it to Chris tomorrow and talk with her.
At some point we'll get it going. I mean, I haven't been in a rush because the one that's on my rifle right now works perfectly. So
Reaper.
Absolutely. Okay. Let's let Trae show off the Reaper.
Explain this Reaper.
Right,
What
Reaper. All right, Reaper 308 LWRC. This is the first generation.
Nice.
Side charging handle.
Yes.
4-position gas tube.
Yep.
I'm putting a can on it. So
Is
that's
that
why there's not a brake on
a
it.
fluted barrel or no?
No, this is the first generation they put out. So it does not have the spiral barrel fluted barrel.
So
This is the original.
what makes the Reaper so awesome? Because I know Hank has one and he loves it as well.
I shot a Reaper and I fell in love with it because it's just that precise and so easy to shoot. It encompasses everything you want in an AR-10 style gun. It's
Nice.
a piston also, which is what I prefer.
Mhm.
I don't like gas impingement, so I run a piston. But it has a 4-position. So what I can do is I can go non-gas, gas,
Mhm.
Closed, so it makes it like a bolt action gun. I just side charge the handle every time I shoot.
It's kind of cool.
Or I can go to assorted, which is adjustment for the gas depending on the suppressor I'm running. And they're sexy and they shoot like a champ. I can whiz them out very easily to 1,000 and hit a nice solid group with this gun.
M110 without paying the Knights Armament price.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I can afford it. I can afford this one.
The Reapers are like a $3,500 gun.
$3,500 bucks.
M110s are like 10,000. So.
Oh, okay.
I know what they are.
There's
we had
no
an
way.
SR25 roll through too.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's fast.
Sorry, I just.
They're crazy.
Yeah.
If you want the whole package from Knights Armament with the optic, the case, the suppressor, everything, it's $23,000 on their website.
Holy moly. Okay.
Yep. And it comes in like this.
Oh yeah, no, we've had them come in before. They're crazy. I'm just like, that's all right. You can keep that.
By the way, sold my Reaper, so I don't have that Reaper anymore.
Did you really? I didn't know.
Never.
Got to pay bills, you know.
Yeah, I know.
That Audi R8, man.
Believe me, I understand.
She's an
I'll buy
expensive
your
mistress.
R8
She's an expensive mistress. Don't tell Lola that you buy that thing, Trae. Don't ever tell Lola.
I'm not buying it. I'm going to buy a Lamborghini.
Oh, you're going to get Lambo? Okay, nice.
Yeah, but I'm going to get a kit car because I can't afford a real one.
No, don't do that, man. That's
No, I'd get a muscle car.
shame on you. Get a real car.
Talk about our muscle car, Hank. You want to talk about the muscle car?
Okay, we can, but
Don't get you no fear
one
of
more
a
thing, hold
Lambo.
yeah. Yeah.
Hold on, one more thing.
Don't mess up a Fiero.
To make a Lambo.
Yeah, don't listen.
Got my new AR.
Okay, let's see what is this.
Yeah, Slide Tactical Sling and the tier honeycomb titanium grips.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
What kind of trigger?
And they are indestructible.
Yeah, what's
run
that
US
flat
optic
trigger?
with a rapid reticle. But me and Julie have his or her matching ballistic advantage.
Oh, look at that, Julie. Yeah. See, we don't ever.
So we now have our own. We have his and her matching rifle.
Oh,
Never had
that's
that
so
before.
cute.
I know, that's
I
bad.
didn't really do that. She won't.
So now are those his and her guns gonna make a little baby?
Oh yeah, yeah. I got an AR pistol in the safe. So we
No,
got
those are
those.
And what company are those from?
Ballistic Advantage.
Okay.
They
Ballistic
make good
Advantage.
stuff for a good
If you
price.
guys ever dealt with Ballistic Advantage, they got some pretty nice stuff and
I
some
have,
pretty
yeah.
good barrels. I'm not disappointed
Isn't
with
Ballistic
them at all.
Advantage under the Aero Precision umbrella?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Love Arrow. I really do. I like
Yeah.
their stuff a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So let's talk about the muscle car, Hank. Let's talk about it.
Well, what I was going to say to you, first of all, do not ruin a Fiero, okay? There's Like it's not easy anymore for anyone to get a Fiero. If you have a clean Fiero out there that was never like turned into a Testarossa or some craziness, please don't mess it up by putting a stupid ass kit on there.
Put it mothball that biatch.
Yeah, it's a Fiero. It's gonna be worth more than those fake Lambo and whatever kits.
I remember back in the day hearing about how much GM spent when they built the Fiero. They built a whole plant to build the Fiero because it had the way the body was made and the plastic panels or the stuff.
Yeah,
it was like revolutionary for them at the time for the way it was made, but it just didn't.
I think I know that Fieros and MR2s and stuff like that got played out in the 80s and 90s, but it's gonna come back. Yeah, it's gonna come back and they're gonna be awesome. So there we go. Okay, here's the baby.
I got some news on muscle cars if you want to talk muscle cars.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Hit us.
We went Saturday, and after finally talking my dad into it, he ordered a 2019 Hellcat Red Eye.
Okay, let me guess. Hold on. My psychic powers are going to tell me the color. It's going to be blue.
Dark blue. So we went with the dark blue. I tried to get him to do the matte black hood, but he was like, "No, I don't really like it." So it's solid blue.
It says money, man.
I know. This is right.
Hellcat baby Peters that somebody else.
Red Eye Hellcat. So
my friend has the white one when they first came out. Crazy. Those cars are unbelievable.
It's going to take 3 months to get in, and supposedly they will send him emails as it like goes through the
nice
line. It's made in Ontario. I didn't know that. And
Dodge. A lot of Dodge stuff is made either in Canada or Mexico.
Yep. So he finally went and put some money down on it, and
cool.
I'm excited. I think he's going to like it. I don't think he's going to drive it a whole lot, but
right.
I think
now
cool.
I called dibs on being able to make a video. Did you talk to your dad about this?
Yeah, he didn't care.
All right. Because I need to make a video on it. So Christian Gress says, our friend Christian Gress out there says, I had a buddy when I was back in the Navy that dropped a Cadillac 32V North Star motor in a Fiero.
That's pretty bad.
In the Navy.
Curious, yeah. Was that I'm assuming it was a Fiero. I don't know if that's what he's put in there. Okay. So Trae wants to talk about, and which I've showed these guys pictures. Trae has a junkyard
no.
Charger or Challenger body, I think.
Here we go.
Yeah.
No.
Walter says no. Lola says no. Babyface, have you seen the pictures?
On what? What are we talking about?
Basically, it's the shell.
Man.
It's a
scrap man. Call the scrap man.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So it's
still got and I got hoods and everything for that thing.
Yeah,
it needs some work. I'm not gonna lie, but
is it rusted?
No, it's perfect in condition. It's mint.
Mint.
On that picture.
Don't ever buy a car from Trae. It's mint.
Mint.
Let me see. I don't know.
Bushes are free.
So let's see.
A couple snakes.
So here's a picture right here for you guys to see.
Zoom in on it. We can't see it. Walther.
Yeah, hold on. Let's see here.
Oh, you just took a picture of it out in the wild?
Yeah.
What is it?
That's
it's a Challenger?
It's a Challenger.
What year?
It's a 68, if I remember correct. I sent him the VIN, but I need to double check it.
How much does a person want for it?
Well, Trae,
I want that much money for it. I wanted to be the Hank Pimp Mobile.
Yeah.
As long as
we want to Mad Max it out. I think
that's
that was an ingenious idea. You with the freaking Road Warrior shoulder pads and spikes.
As long as you go
be awesome.
Original Plum Crazy.
I want to be the guy with the black stripe across his eyes and like shooting silver spray paint in his mouth.
Yeah. See, here's what I thought. If we could find like a 4x4 that we could just put the body on, then we can make it look like an apocalyptic vehicle.
No.
Have some guns.
Yes.
Walter can weld some guns.
Walter has too many projects already. Walter
doesn't. Walter into this.
I have really cool gun projects I haven't finished actually. So,
like a Lottie?
Like that. A DP-28. P-57. Just keep the list. Just keeps going on and on.
Come on. Everybody, what do you guys think? Honestly,
yeah,
I have a
Chinese strange Mad Max mobile.
I need to see like an actual picture of it.
Okay,
Trae, hold on. I'll send you these pictures, baby.
Trae, you mentioned SR9, right?
Yeah, I love the SR9s. That's
the Ruger.
Yeah, that's a
Ruger.
Ruger. So you're saying that the
look at the Hudson and look at that.
I can kind of see it actually. Yeah.
Well, the shape
on
and
the
things.
Hudson.
Yeah.
Yeah, shape in the back.
The light here. There we go. There's
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna lock it on you. Okay.
Yeah, SR9. So, anyways.
So what's is this a project or something?
No, this was just, he mentioned
No, I said it
SR9.
looked like a Hudson, which it does, except
and
for
I-
that little
I
piece
remember-
hanging in the front.
I remember I bought one of these on a whim one time. Where I just
They're nice.
And I have shot it very little actually. So,
They shoot really well, Walter. They're very nice guns.
it has a good feel in the hand. It fits well. Maybe I'll have to bring it out and bust some caps.
Yeah. Red Bear says big block with oversized blower. I think Red Bear is down. Walt.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, he don't do no work on anything either. So
The guys that don't do the work are totally about it.
So you got guys that are all about it.
so
Look at
I get all kinds of
Taven likes it.
I get all kinds of shit about my stuff not being finished, and now they want me to do more. No. See, I realize, like when you're an addict, you have to say no. You have to really come to terms. And I came to terms. I got too much shit to do. So yeah.
Okay.
No.
Well, if there's someone in Florida that, because Lola's saying no, Walter's saying no,
because we're the only sensible damn ones around here.
No way.
If there's someone in Florida that wants to do this project, get in touch with me.
If you had two more sitting on the side for parts, and you could just quickly grab the parts and do all that stuff.
Yeah,
I have
we don't
a
need
bunch
to
of
make
extra parts for it. I didn't post it on there.
Oh my god.
What kind of parts do you have?
I got hoods and doors. I got exhaust. I got all sorts of stuff. I got it.
Where is
We
this?
got it.
Okay.
Where on earth is this?
Do you have this is Trae's clandestine range.
This is my clandestine range.
When we were over there, I was trying to find it, and they're like, "No,
I have it
we're
well
not gonna
hidden."
go look for this stuff." Yeah. So
I say we call in an A-10 airstrike. Actually,
On that, yeah, there you go. I'm on board.
Good, Hank, and we could do like time-lapse video of it for the next 15 years.
Oh boy, 15 years! I will not survive Lola for 15 years if I figure out more ways to burn money.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
We're not going to burn it. We're going to have a GoFundMe account.
You pay for the car.
Yeah.
Poor rusty
Mad
car.
Max out, Hank Strange.
Oh god.
Unfortunately, I don't have the skills and everything to do it. But if anyone out there does and they're interested, let me know. Yeah.
There is a guy in Trenton, Florida, that refurbs old cars.
Oh yeah.
That's all he does. He doesn't do anything else. Yep.
Okay.
And he's right down the road from Gainesville.
Okay. You know him?
Oh, I mean, I know of him. I'm not his buddy, but I'm sure I can get y'all connected.
Okay. The pant says, "Don't let Hank ruin that car." Mother Nature already took its toll. I don't know how I get blamed for it.
Come on.
Red Bear says,
and everything.
So check this out. Red Bear says, "Make it into a goat-pulled carriage." 20 goat horsepower. Christian Gress says, "Someone would take that car and give it way more love than it deserves, but they're crazy." And then YNH says, "Make it electric." Good idea. We can get a total
put a hitch on the R8 and you can pull it around.
Well, maybe we can get a total Tesla or something and pull out the battery pack and the motors.
You need to be committed.
Dude,
you are fucking lost your mind.
No, do it.
Tesla.
The pant says that thing is salvageable.
Well, anything's salvageable if you want to bad enough.
Yeah.
But I use that word want.
Yeah, haven't you fixed up tanks worse than that already?
No.
No. Okay.
I just want to drive that ferret. You need to get that ferret running.
Yeah, I do. I do need to get that.
Oh, you haven't gotten to run it yet?
No. That's a way better project.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of electric cars, did you guys see the new Tesla Model Y?
No.
Why?
Why?
I think why? Yes, exactly.
Why?
Yeah. You know what? It makes no difference.
Does that look like a Prius?
All the Tesla cars
my
look the same.
F-150 shit a fucking electric car yesterday.
Oh, really? You know what's funny? All the Tesla cars look the same. They're not sexy in my opinion. I know they're cool on the inside. They're pretty cool. You know, it's like all
No.
iPads everywhere on the inside, but
Not about it. Not for me.
yeah, I looked at the presentation of the Model Y and I was like, what's wrong? It's like the Emperor's new clothes with people that they look at Tesla. Oh my God, I gotta have it's the most sexiest thing ever.
Hey, it's the same thing like people line up to get the new Apple Mac this or Apple this. They're marks. They don't care what it does or how it does. It's just new.
Right?
Apple's old now. They got the folding phones now. Did you see the?
God, yeah.
So we went
Have you
back.
handled one before?
I haven't. I have yet to. I would like to.
Oh
try.
no, yeah, I only saw it on TV. I was like,
The
"That actually
folding ones,
pretty
yeah,
cool
that's
looking."
not. Those aren't out yet.
Nope.
Oh, I thought they were out. I thought they started selling them.
No, it's just prototypes.
So is it going back to
okay.
flip phones? Is that what it is?
It is
No.
actually, yeah. We're going back to the original flip phones, but the phone
Yeah.
is fold sideways now.
Yeah, everything is cyclic, my friend.
Soon, like let's say you have this piece of paper. I don't know if it was white, but you can take that and just unfold it and then make it into an iPad. But it's
Basically,
your phone.
yeah.
Yeah,
and then when
that's
those joints in between wear out, you got to get.
That's the thing that's got me concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still on the iPhone X. I don't think I'm upgrading that anytime soon.
Nope, I'm on the X2.
We just got ours and we love them.
Yeah, and I didn't get those right when they came out, but they are
I
the
did.
company-
I waited until my upgrade, and I got the X.
Oh, okay, but there are the companies doing folding phones, by the way.
Yeah.
So that's
cool.
Yeah, I think doesn't someone already have that out? Is it Samsung? Or?
Samsung's the one
Nokia?
that's the
Okay,
latest one, I think.
yeah.
That's cool.
Night Train says my friend took me for a ride in his new Tesla a while back. It has a lot of pickup. I was surprised. Yeah, electric motors
yeah.
they take right off. Yeah.
Yeah. They lose on the top end, but
Yeah. Well,
it's just not for me. It's just
Yeah.
that's the only thing I can say. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
yeah, you know what? If you want to do that, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah. That's look to each his own.
Yeah. Gotta have had this thing for a long time. This SR9.
Really?
The cartridge.
They're nice, Walter. Don't get rid of it.
The cartridge that came with it, because some of these places you got to have a fired cartridge.
Yep.
Which, by the way, is a waste of time. Is from 2009.
Wow.
I bought it brand.
I was around that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought it brand new. Yeah, it's like one of those things. It's like I heard somebody talking about it, and I was like, I'm gonna get me one of those. So I just ordered it, and I was like, oh, okay.
They're
cool.
nice, and they're not that expensive.
No, they're not. No.
Yeah. So
They're
let's
like
see.
the next generation, what, the P95 or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah. Is there okay, so what gun news is out there that we're missing? Because I closed all my things. So we did cover we covered Hudson bankruptcy. What else is out there in gun? I know that there's a stupid ass law that they're trying to pass in Florida where kids can't put up social media with guns, which is really ridiculous.
Yeah, I've already been emailing my people for that. That's ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah.
They can be charged with something? Is that what they're trying to say?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a 3rd-degree misdemeanor now.
What?
Yeah, but this is not a law, right? They're trying to make this.
They're trying to make it a law.
No, they're trying to pass
so
it.
silly.
Basically,
So
you cannot post pictures of
how could that seem constitutional?
I don't understand that. I don't understand how that, like a kid goes, like my kid, well, they're not in high school anymore. They're in
not
college
kids
now.
anymore. Well,
But so you take your kids shooting or something on the weekend.
And
or
they wouldn't be able to
Monday.
post about it, basically.
That's
as far as
insane.
I'm aware. Yeah.
Yeah, they have the right to post stuff. What they shouldn't do is go out there and threaten people. Right?
but there's already
I don't
laws
understand.
for all that stuff. So
Yeah,
we don't need
exactly.
any more.
I don't get this. And all of this is just like this whole thing that happened in New Zealand, and now they want to tighten gun laws. You guys, you already have all these laws that didn't help anything. In New Zealand, for that guy to have that
But he
gun,
said that he did it on purpose.
yeah, but the police department approved him. There's restrictive laws in New Zealand for this, and this guy still did it because if someone really wants to, if someone's broken and they want to do something, this guy planned this thing for like 2 years. Yeah.
The
We
guy
can't stop.
he played it for like 3 or 4 months. It wasn't 2 years.
Okay.
He's been getting, supposedly he had been getting worse and worse on 4chan or 8chan for 2 years.
Oh, okay.
But he had played it for 3 months, which is a lot of time.
Still
I'm
time.
not shitting on that. Like that's forever.
Yeah. So now they're going
And
to
he
make
said
more
he could have done
restrictive-
it other ways too.
Oh yeah. He was
I don't
going
even
to
want
do
to
it
talk
no
about
matter
that guy's a coward. He's a fucking piece of shit.
All right, well-
So they're going to make more restrictive laws. What is this going to do except to make the people in New Zealand now less safe because you can't defend yourself against someone, the next broken guy?
what. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
going to make it harder for me to sell somebody something in New Zealand.
Can any of your stuff actually go out to New Zealand?
Yeah, export permit.
Oh, you are ITAR? Yeah.
And okay, I won't go on to the next phase of this conversation about what happened in New Zealand.
Yeah. Well, and here's the unfortunate thing, and this is what I don't like, right? But it's going to seem counterintuitive to you guys. Every time we get this stuff in the news, like New Zealand wants more restrictive gun laws, and then politicians are pushing it here. You know what happens with the people? More and more people decide, oh, I want a gun now.
You know, yes, I agree with that. But the shittiest thing that people aren't realizing or aren't talking about is he's accomplishing his goals at the moment.
Yes.
By dividing the basically trying to divide the left and the right is what his main goal was. He's totally accomplishing that. Remember that whole like after 9/11, oh, don't let the terrorists win sort of thing? You're totally letting him win. Like he's totally accomplishing what he wanted.
Yeah. And why the people there? Like if you're the people in New Zealand, I could tell you this right now. The media is not going to tell you. People want to defend themselves in America, in New Zealand, all around the world. And when people see this and they're like, oh, it's making actually more people go out there. I've seen it anecdotally. I've seen people saying to me, hey, I'm interested in guns. What do you think? Should I get this? Like a guy. I was talking to a guy and he asked me what.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Don't
here's
get the Hudson.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Get what you want. Here's the thing. Like I was talking to a guy, and people eventually get to like, what do you do? And so I tell them, I do gun stuff. And he was like, oh, what do you think? Should I get this Glock 19 or should I get a SIG P365?
Yes.
Yeah, I know that's it. That's the universal answer.
Yes, both at the same time.
There's more and more people like that out there. I think, Walter, you said you had the same thing. When people see all of this stuff happening, the media won't tell you this. When people see these bad things happening, you know what they think? Whenever this goes down, where the hell are the cops? Let me ask that. In New Zealand, where the hell were the cops when this was going on?
36 minutes away.
And they have to send armed ones.
Yeah, because they're not the average street cop isn't armed, I guess, right?
Exactamundo. So here's what happens, people. When regular people see this, they go, you know what? When this happens to me or my family members, these cops, no one's going to be there to save us except us. Maybe we need to get up on this. So I think that you're going to see that happening. It's happening here in America. This is why, even though sales are down overall from the peak that we had back in like 2013 or whatever, they still haven't taken a nosedive. They haven't come all the way down. Because the more that they keep pushing this, people go, oh, maybe I should get a gun. And that's a gateway drug to freedom. You get a gun and then you start learning about all the things. And then people are always surprised, like, wait a second, you're saying that I actually have to I can't just order this thing online and someone ships it to my door? I have to, I actually have to go through a background check to get this?
If all you know about guns comes from CNN or Vox or one of those salon.com, you would think that every man, woman, and child in America can phone up a company, order a gun, and have it at their doorstep the next day. That's what people think, and which is insane. Of course not.
Yeah. But inadvertently, what they're doing is they're still creating the market. Unfortunately, we have to convert those people into people that believe in the Second Amendment, that realize, like, hold on a second. We have this thing called the Second Amendment. There's already all these rules. No, I don't think we need more rules.
I get it all the time in my concealed weapons class. I get new shooters that never defended themselves or own guns.
My new thing is no more buts. I keep seeing people on social media saying, I'm really too pro A. I'm really super pro A, but, and then they have something afterwards.
But what?
And there's like, no, there is no but. There's no but after that.
We had a guy come in the store like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really,
I don't think people should own handguns.
Yeah, exactly.
But I support the Second Amendment.
No, you don't.
Oh, so you support your portion of the Second Amendment.
Yeah, you don't support
the Second Amendment's for everybody to make a decision what they deem is appropriate for themselves, not what you tell me what to do.
Yeah. By the way, the prototype is most people believe that they should be able to have guns, but other people shouldn't. Most people believe that they are smart enough, intelligent enough, wise enough, but other people are not.
You
And-
have we last week? Did you guys talk about the Missouri thing, telling every 18 to 34-year-old has to buy an AR-15?
No,
Is that
okay.
discussed at all?
I'm gonna chime in on the whole.
I know what you're talking about, but I didn't read it.
The New Zealand. Well, something has been bugging me about the whole New Zealand thing, and other people have said the same thing. And it's not about guns. It's about what happened to who. Every day in this world, Christians are killed by Muslims.
Did you guys see the one?
Every day in the Philippines, it just happened. In Africa, 30, 40. Here we go. Yeah. Nothing. Nobody gives a fuck.
Back in February, there was 50 Christians killed.
Nobody cares. It's not on the news. There's a little blurb and boom. Why? I mean, okay, yes. I don't want anybody killed. Okay, nobody killed. But why all of us? Well, because a guy using an AR-15. That's one of the reasons in this country. But why is it all of a sudden there's this sudden like the world's coming to an end thing?
Yep.
When the world's been coming to look at during Obama administration, look at how many thousands of Christians were killed from ISIS. Why he did nothing. Why he restricted airstrikes and he did this and he did that. That's on his hand. That's blood on Obama's hand. Thousands of non-believers were killed in Syria and Iraq. No outcry on that, huh?
Right. But at the same time, the President Obama did also order airstrikes killing a bunch of people. I mean, every president does. But he more so than other people use the. I'm not trying to defend him. What I'm trying to say is he ordered airstrikes that killed. If people are classifying the victims here by religion, Obama killed tons of Muslims with airstrikes.
But the rules of engagement were very restrictive. Every target had to be approved like it was
for the soldiers on the ground, which yes, I agree with what you're saying there for the soldiers on the ground, because to him, the point I'm trying to make to him, right? It was an easier thing because the news didn't say, "Oh, do you see this drone dropping this bomb here? It just killed a whole family or multiple families." You know, it wasn't calculated like that. That was like an easier way for him to go about it. So it's not the right way, in my opinion. You're in a war. It's a war, period.
And if Jihadi Joe lives in a house with 20 people,
yeah, you know, I mean,
or 5 Jihadi Joes and the other ones, guess what happens?
Yeah,
ask any German or Japanese you happen to see. They can tell you that too.
Yeah. So you're saying here, Walter, the bone that you want to pick is that because you're saying because of the religion of these people, everyone's all up in arms.
Correct.
And aren't worried about
and the way and the white supremacists, supposedly nationalists, whatever you want to call them, whatever the name of the week is, who did it. That's why.
He was an eco-communist.
Yeah.
That's what he was. He was an eco-communist. It's crazy.
Yeah.
He wasn't even national supremacist. He was an eco-communist.
But once again, there's no remorse or nobody gets all nobody's. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about.
No, I do know what you're saying, and here's my thing.
And I'm talking Africa. This happens every other day.
Absolutely, in Nigeria, it happens all the time.
Yeah,
the Boko Haram will go into a village and just kill the whole village.
That's what happened in Nigeria in February. They massacred a village.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
It was like 40 to 60 people.
Yeah, but you know what? Obviously, here's what we know. But no one else wants to talk about this. You know how you could save those people in that village? Allow them to frickin' defend themselves.
Well, that wouldn't hurt anything. That wouldn't hurt a thing.
Okay, allow them to defend themselves. This is the thing. It's like when Kevin is on here, when he was talking about the truth gun, that kind of stuff has happened here in America, right? That's the whole conversation he was having. Yeah, that there were groups of people, like there was Black Wall Street, these affluent black people that had their own town and everything, and this town was dropped down. The solution to that is multiple solutions to that, right? Things like that should never happen. But the one thing that's going to slow that down, or
being able to fight back.
Absolutely. Your ability to be able to fight back stops that. So here in America with gangs and stuff like that and all the gang violence, we see things going on in Chicago. You could stop that by letting the hardworking, honest people in Chicago that just want to take care of their families defend themselves against these people. That's what you can do. Because otherwise what these people are telling us, there's criminals out here doing all this horrible stuff, then none of them can get the death penalty. You know, we're going to take guns away from the law-abiding people, and that's somehow going to solve everything. It's not going to do it in New Zealand. It's not going to do it anywhere that people think that that's going to make things better for people.
No.
The death penalty could come by the people defending.
Is that a Brownie high power?
This is actually an Arcus, made in Bulgaria.
Oh, ooh. I don't think I've ever seen one of those
before. Where are these guns coming from?
He's pulling them out of his butt right now.
I'm telling you.
No, that's the wall. He's like
that booty safe.
He's like Harry Potter. He just reaches in a bag and pulls out a different gun.
Yeah, you got.
I went over to the not the wormhole, but the
Stargate,
the space-time continuum.
Yeah, that's right, Stargate.
No, these are Arcus.
Richard Dean Anderson's handing him guns to the Stargate.
Yeah,
it's basically a Browning high power,
a generic one. How does it shoot?
Made in Bulgaria. Actually, they shoot good. They got good reviews on these guns. I think the
does it still have the thumb safety on the side? I can't see it. Yeah, okay, it's identical, isn't it?
Yeah,
single action,
high point.
Single action.
It's double action.
Oh, it's double action. So
it's a Bulgarian modern high point.
Yeah. I've got this is the
high power, not high point.
There's actually a high point. Yeah,
yeah, not a high point.
This is a little higher up the food chain than a high point. Yeah. But there's a full size one. There's a compact one. I have both, one of each.
How much are they? What's the price point?
I don't know. These were imported by Century Arms. I don't know.
I want one. Those are awesome.
If they're still available, you might want to check on Century's website or something. But
that's my my high power is my one gun that I was like, man, I wish I wouldn't have sold it. But what can you do?
Yeah, I'll have to bring it out. We'll have to shoot it. It's
I got a German ringback.
Oh, cool.
From World War II.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
With the holster.
This is 17 shot too, so I think it's 17. Was it 17?
Oh yeah,
it's something like that. What a high power is, but yeah, we'll have to take it out and shoot it.
Yeah,
it was one of those guns that I saw that people were talking about at one time, and I was at the SHOT Show and I ordered 2 of them.
Okay.
It's like, okay, I'll take 2.
Yeah, S-Man 7290 says the Arcus pistols came in a few years ago.
Yes.
Cheap and effective.
Yep, and actually they used, I don't know if the American government bought them to give to the Iraqi police. That was one of the guns they supplied to the Iraqi police.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, sorry, Hank, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, no.
You know, I deal with a lot of Brazilians that come up and shoot at the range, and it's interesting when I trained them and worked with them and how much they wish they could defend themselves and protect themselves. It is quite interesting dealing with the other countries.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hopefully their new president helps with that because he was talking about more guns for the people.
Yeah, it's insane. We keep having this conversation where the media thinks that every time this happens, what they should tell folks, you shouldn't have guns. We should make gun laws more restrictive. But the people, and I'm not talking about us. We, of course, know this because we live it, right? But the people, the regular people that have no guns keep saying, I think I need more guns. I think I need to get a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Or 2 or several, you know, and they keep ignoring that whole thing. Go ahead.
The big thing right now for me is how do we get from, you know, I'm not a huge 2A proponent, but you know, I kind of want to just have a gun in the house just in case I need it. Somebody to 2A. I'm all about the 2A. Like, how do we make that move?
Yeah, that's a good question. But I think it's a natural progression, right? That's why I say it's guns are a gateway drug to freedom, because when you get to get the first gun, like people just think to get your first gun, you go down the street, it's like a guy with a trench coat opens up the trench coat,
just gives you a gun.
There's multiple guns there, and you just buy a gun for $2.
Or like a briefcase in a hotel room.
Yeah. It's not that. It's not like what you see in the movies either. Like I was watching, I don't know if you guys have seen this movie.
Is that a Gen 2?
Have you? What is that?
Bingo.
Glock.
17 Gen 2. Yeah.
Bring that out next time. I want to try one of those.
He's poured it out before.
I have. Is it a 17 or 19? I can't see.
17.
Here, I'll be right back with my 19.
Yeah.
Gen 2.
I hear they feel like Tupperware.
Yeah.
So they're like smooth. Anyway, sorry.
In the days before Picatinny Rail, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's nice. Anyone has a Gen 1 Glock? That's something I'm interested in.
I have first tips.
It's on my list. A Gen 1 is on my list.
Yeah, if you have a Gen 1 Glock, let us know because Walter's interested. So am I. So here's the thing. I was looking at Money Talks. Walter, I don't know if you ever seen this, but it's one of the first movies that Chris Tucker did.
Okay.
You know Chris Tucker, the
Yeah, I know
black
who he is.
comedian?
Yep.
Yeah. So he did this movie called Money Talks, and it's him and Charlie Sheen.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm saying this, this was like I think it's 1997 this movie came out. But people, there's always in the movies like, oh, wait a second, we have problems and we need guns now. So he goes to like a criminal cousin who opens up this, gun room, and there's like MP5s and rocket launchers everywhere. Yeah. People think it's that easy to get guns, and it's not.
No.
Well,
it's not. Are there guys like that with all those guns? Yes. Those guys are not going to sell you their NFA items, people.
I think,
or give it to you like his cousin gave it to him. He was like, yeah, pay me next month. Pay me a couple months from now or something.
So I've heard both sides of that. As a law-abiding person, it's not just that easy. No. From the criminal side, I hear that it is fairly easy to just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna go buy one off the black market.
In the black market, yes, but it's expensive. You can in New York City, for example, you can get any gun you want, but it's going to be incredibly expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're doing is you're putting money into the hands of criminals. Exactly.
Yeah, it's just not going to stop them. They're just going to do it anyways.
Yeah, there's lots of gangs and stuff like that selling things. It's expensive.
These Gen 1s are weird looking.
Yeah. So here's the thing: when folks out there buy guns, and for the first time they realize, like, that's where they really start thinking about it. They're like, oh, I'm interested. And we had this conversation behind the scenes, because I think, Walter, someone was asking you about guns as well. And the thing I always tell people: start looking at videos. If you want to really,
that's what got me. That's what sucked me in, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you want to figure out what
we now come full circle back to, why do you guys still get on YouTube? Well, one good part of it is it still works. It still brings people into the fold, for sure.
Yeah. Is a Gen 1 Glock $1,500?
That's the one I just linked. It's brand new. I don't think it's ever been fired.
Yeah, that's extreme. Probably.
Yeah.
There's one in Tallahassee for a little under $1,000.
Okay.
In the Tupperware box.
Yeah. So to continue the thought, I think once you go look at videos and start to figure out from what you see, what you like, start to hear, like, first of all, the way you look at videos, I think, is you figure out who are the people making those videos that you like or whatever. And then you're going to figure out the laws of this. Once you figure out what you want to buy, you're going to figure out what you have to go through when you go to your local gun store or however you buy this gun. And go through your background check and everything. And then when you say, wait a second, I want to carry this because I heard people just walking around with these things. And then when you start figuring out what it takes for you to have a concealed weapons permit and all the things that start going into that, you start training, and now you're in the community, you're asking people for help and their advice, and you start listening to these things, and you realize, wait a second, this freedom that I have to protect, like if something went wrong now, to protect myself. If you look at, with this mosque thing, right? There was a guy who was there that was fighting back this guy. And he's talking about, I don't know if you guys have seen this video. I don't know, Trae, Walter, Patrick.
Have you seen? I watched it. I'm a sadist.
Yeah, so there's video of I don't know. I haven't seen.
Hero? 100% hero.
There's video. Okay, is there video of him fighting back or a video of him just talking about what he did?
No, we're talking about a different guy.
The second place?
Second place had a guy that shot. I didn't actually see the video.
He was engaged by a concealed carry at the second place.
Yeah.
The first place is a guy that tried to tackle him and got killed, which I say that is a total fucking hero.
Yeah. So the thing is that if you look, like I was looking at a video of a guy who was there and he was fighting back. Like he found a shotgun that the guy had and he was trying to hit him with the shotgun and do all these things. There are people there who are trying to fight back, but if they don't have the tools to fight back, see, this is what the difference is. If you're there, if you happen to be there and you have a tool to fight back this guy, instead of, I think he said he picked up a cash machine or something and threw it at him or whatever it is. Yeah, but if you have bullets that you could throw at that guy, that's way more effective.
Of course.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like this thought process happens to people. And when they think about this, they say, oh, wait, we need these things. And people are trying to restrict our access to it, so.
Check it. Pull in a Walter.
All right, so let's go. Oh, look at that, baby face.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
you savage.
I had before we came on, I had a ham and Swiss sandwich. So.
I'm gonna have to sue.
I'm glad you guys I haven't eaten anything, but whatever. Yeah, it's all good. Okay, so this is your Gen 2. This is your Gen 2, Trae?
Yeah,
Gen 2,
that's 17. I'm sorry, I had a 17 also. I thought it was a 19.
Oh, they can make sweet
They could have babies and have a Glock 43X or something.
No, they'll have a 365. It's actually, we don't have a real baby.
Yeah. Yeah, so there you go. So Trae, do you have a Gen 1? Everyone's Walter's showing, Trae's showing.
I do not. I have actually been looking for one. There is actually a pre-Gen 1. Did you know that?
No, what?
Yeah, there is a pre-Gen 1. It has no Glock emblems whatsoever, no stifling, it has nothing. Yep.
Where is that? Is that like in a museum or something? Or
I don't know how many there are, but I know that they exist. I've never seen one.
Is that before they added the metal serial number strip?
I don't recall, Walter.
Because I remember when
I know that it has no Glock symbols on it at all. It has no stifling, and I don't think it has grooves in the slide either. It looks almost like a generic Glock.
Yeah.
P80 polymer people. Gen 1, Gen 1, Gen 1.
Maybe Gen 1, I'd buy it.
And leave it unstippled so people can do anything they want on it.
Yep.
Gen 1, Gen 1, Gen 1.
By the way, Patrick, can you check this out for me? Richard Hughes says people in New Zealand are turning in their guns.
They're fools.
You guys are doomed.
It's probably the same thing here where you had 6 guys in Connecticut turning their guns or guys chopping them. It's probably not the bulk of them.
New Zealand gun owner, one single person, voluntarily gives up his semi-automatic firearm. Here's why. I don't need to read it. I'll tell you why. He's an idiot. I didn't need to read CNN to tell you that.
Yeah. S-Man 7290 says, not a concealed carry, not legal. He took one of the dirtbag's guns and tried to shoot him with it. He couldn't find the trigger, so he hit him with it, and then the guy ran away.
If he would have known how to fire, if he had some training, he would have had no issue.
This is what I'm saying to you. If
I'd be dead.
People in churches, mosques, synagogues, places of worship, if you're, I don't know, devil worshiper or whatever, and you have some, you meet at the graveyard or whatever it is, it doesn't really matter to me. Whatever you believe in, you should be able to defend yourself.
Well, I'm really surprised. Well, I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
Remember, from Sadiq Khan, we should just expect this. This is part and parcel of living in a big city, right?
Bullshit.
That's what the mayor of
the understanding of civilization is that you should not expect to be assaulted, murdered because of who you are and what you believe in.
He's also a Muslim too, so just remember that. Keep that all in mind when you
This is expected, guys. Come on, this is what living in a big city is like. What on earth is that? Ranging
44 mag?
44 mag?
The 357 Performance Center.
Look at that.
It's the 8-shot.
Holy moly.
I bet that trigger is beautiful, though.
Not as good as my original 686 with the number 1 minded.
There's something you can do with those 686s that just, whew.
Well, no, the older ones had the Performance Center triggers in them, and then they dumbed them down and made the Performance Center. So that's one. I like these Performance Centers. I actually like revolvers.
I'll show off mine because I always have to.
I want one so bad. How much did you pay for it?
You don't.
How much?
You really want to know?
28.
22.
Oh.
Yep.
And
then didn't you have to? You spent extra money to get it?
No.
Hey, wait, hold on. Pull the hammer back. Let's see if it's the hammer.
It's loaded.
Does it have a firing pin on it? Yeah, unload it, please.
Yeah, Patrick keeps his guns in danger
No firing
mode.
pin.
Okay.
Okay, so it's okay. We had a guy come in with the firing pin one, never been shot, in the original paper box. He wanted $35 for it, and he got $35 for it.
That's not bad. For an original that's never even been spun or whatever? Yeah. That's
not terrible. I wanted it, but I couldn't. I'm like, I'll buy another rifle.
3,500 is a lot of money.
Did you guys see this thing about Janine Pirro? She got suspended.
Get a really nice precision rifle and scope set up for that.
What is that whole thing about? What did she say?
What's that, Walter?
What did Janine Pirro say that was so bad that Fox suspended her?
I haven't watched it, but she was just probably speaking.
Oh, she said something about Ilan Omar.
Yeah,
her hijab or something about her.
Yeah. Guess what? Fox News is bullshit.
They're all bullshit. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
The truth is,
they're all bullshit.
Here's what I think Janine Pirro. By the way, I have met Judge Janine, and she's nice. She's hardworking. Just like you see her on the TV, she's exactly the Same thing. So, but here's what I think these people should do. It's the same thing that we're going through. Judge Janine, don't freaking go back to Fox.
No, tell them to suck it.
Yeah, go get your own thing somewhere. A huge, massive audience is going to follow you.
Yep.
Forget those guys. Fox is just as they're social justice warriors themselves. They're full of shit. You know?
Yep.
Just telling you. That's my personal opinion.
I'm trying to find what her actual comments are, since clearly they're
anything
Islamophobic.
She said something about her hijab or whatever, but I think it's the way that someone took it. But this is the problem. You could say anything you want to, and someone takes it the wrong way. What the hell?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, this is what we're going through with YouTube. I mean, Lola was telling me one of the videos that we got hit with was at SHOT Show. Like, what did we do at SHOT Show where we can't even shoot the gun? You know, that's so bad that you're talking about this gun to someone or whatever.
Her quote is, Amar wears a hijab, which according to the Quran 33:59 tells women to cover so that they won't get molested. Is her audience to this Islamic doctrine indicative of her adherence to Sharia law, which in itself is antithetical to the United States Constitution? So basically, she's just
the truth.
Questioning. Yeah.
It's the truth.
Yeah. Well, she's asking a question as well. So she's saying that because she adheres to the code itself is
indicative of her adherence to Sharia law.
Takes away freedom.
Antithetical. Yes. Yeah. It is. No. It's true. There's nothing, and I don't think there's anything Islamophobic about that.
It's the truth.
There's nothing wrong asking that question.
No, not at all. And Sharia law is not constitutionally valid.
Yeah,
and I don't think there's any argument there. Like, there's no argument.
Any woman who supports that is, and I'm going to say this word, is retarded.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, let people get
because you'll lose all you lose.
Yeah,
all
how can you talk girl power and everything?
Tomorrow in the news, Walther
and
no longer allowed on the podcast for saying the R word. It was too offensive.
Yeah, that's another thing I don't like either. All these words that we can't use anymore because, and who, I mean. I don't know. I woke up one day and it's like, you can't say this and you can't say that. And it's like,
pretty much.
Why?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
Scamp 900 says Fox got rid of Judge Janine and hired Donna Brazil.
Oh God. Yeah.
And
that's
my thing is always the argument of why you shouldn't do that is, well, you're going to offend somebody and you're going to hurt their feelings. And at some point I'm like, I don't give a fuck about them. I don't know people, like whoever this person is that is, in theory offended. I don't know who they are, and I really don't give a fuck.
Yeah, all you're doing is restricting my ability to express myself.
Yeah. Now, so that's true. That's true.
I'm not saying it to make anybody sad. I'm just telling you what I think about it.
Exactly.
If you don't like it, well, that's the way it goes.
Now, Rodney Brady says, so does the Bible. So I'm assuming he's saying, you could tell me if I'm wrong, that the Bible also has all these kinds of restrictions and everything. Of course.
The Old Testament stuff does, yeah.
And that's why we don't, at least I don't, the Constitution is the Constitution. I don't live by the Bible.
You have the freedom of religion, but you also have the freedom to be a human being. If you choose to follow this religious path, then that's on you. You are subjugating.
The founding fathers understood all that.
You did not have the right to impose your will onto somebody else, is what the original founding fathers wanted.
Yeah.
You chose to be Catholic, be Catholic. You chose to be a Baptist, be a Baptist. You chose to be Muslim, be Muslim. Leave other people alone.
No state religion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Boom.
So I think that look, people are getting tired. People see this.
I equate it to much like the whole gay thing too, where for every time you turned around for a while, they were trying to tell you that 99% of the population is actually gay.
Like 3%.
Yeah, and they all want to be gay. Well, then how in the hell did all these fucking people get here? If they all want to be gay, because you can't make no babies either way if you're gay. I don't care what kind of gay you are. You can't make no babies. So
no babies.
It doesn't matter. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter what your religion is.
I don't care if you're gay. You can be gay all you want.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter if you're gay or not. If a dude puts his penis inside of a woman, penis meets vagina plus humping and then ejaculation.
What are we talking about right
pregnant.
Are
the birds and the bees. That's
some sort of crazy lesson there?
What I was just getting at is I don't care if you are or you're not or whatever. Just don't try to push it on me.
No, I get what you're saying. What I'm telling you is lots of gay guys have fathered children.
Yep.
And don't make it.
Yeah.
Hey, leave Tom Cruise out of this.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson somehow made children and didn't even have sex with the mother.
That's called science, my friends.
No,
Yeah,
that's called turkey basters. What that?
Yeah, that's called being an idiot and giving all your money away because you hate your family so much that you want some babies walking around out there that have really nothing to do with you.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
that's kind of a statement when you don't.
All right, let's get back on gun tracks.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
got 6 minutes
Talk
worth of
about some
guns we can
gun
still
shit.
do.
Sorry we left there.
Yeah. Armorman in Access says off the rails ? Yeah. Look,
Way off.
yeah. To make babies, it's a pretty simple formula.
Yeah.
A and
Pretty
B.
easy.
Don't get me started again. I'm just going to say something else, but
Pretty easy. And lots of people out there have made babies. Okay.
first gen Glock. Come on, somebody make one.
Yeah.
Why how long has Glock been around? When's their centennial?
I think Glock started late 70s.
I thought it was late 80s or early 90s.
Yeah, I'm
right?
thinking late 70s.
Yeah.
Was it that far
80s.
back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they did it for the Austrian military. First.
When was
that.
the first Die Hard movie?
1982. The Glock was created in 1982.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
So
Did we lose
almost,
When was it, Babyface? When?
1982.
Well, I was at least remotely close.
We're at 37 years. To a 40-year anniversary. We're at 37 years since the original. Do something with a centennial so I can get a first gen. Like remake the first gen.
Yeah, but that's not if you're collecting. If you're collecting,
please do not remake the first gen. Do not do that.
If you're collecting,
that they've been making every year.
There's a difference between collecting an original first gen and collecting and being able to shoot a remake.
Yeah, but I'd rather have the original than they.
Oh no, I totally would like to have the original.
Yeah.
But they would totally sell if they made.
I will have to admit, I like the Brownell stuff. All their remakes are really sexy.
So one of the things
I want that XM15, I think, or whatever they call it.
XM17.
Yeah, that thing is awesome looking.
Yeah,
so one of the things, this is just me. Like we get guns in, for like different reasons, T&E, whatever. We get guns in, or we buy guns, we borrow them. That's how we do the videos. But whenever I get in Glocks, let's say on T&E. When that's over, I buy those things and keep them.
Yeah, they're worth it.
Yeah. So,
and you don't get.
There's
much,
a lot of other guns. I
way,
sell them and stuff like that so that we can move on and get other guns.
For anybody that's envious of that, you don't get much of a discount. Really, Glock. There is no margins on Glocks.
No. So the best way you can get, I think the best thing to do is get them used.
Yeah.
So if anyone has a Gen 1 out there used, it's old. You don't need that thing anymore. The barrel's all worn out.
There was when I took my my CCW training course to become an instructor, my instructor's course, one of the guys there had a Gen 2 sitting in his truck. And he was like, "Yep, I've had it since the day it came out. I went and bought it, and it's been sitting in his truck since then."
Yeah.
I was like,
well,
damn, that's cool.
Yeah, Kathleen Music Lover says, I love hate. Yeah, Kathleen Music Lover says, I love hate my G34 Gen 4.
Gen 4 is the Gen 3 has so far been my favorite. That's the oldest I've gone.
So here's the thing that I would say to you guys.
My favorite, the SIG.
What is this, Walter? This is a FN? No, SIG.
No, I can't see it. What is it?
What is it,
that's
Walter?
Smith and Wesson.
That's that
99.
old Smith. Yeah, those old Smith and Wessons that they pay Glock to produce.
Yep.
Oh, right. Walter, you're muted.
I was wondering why you're being so quiet.
Smith and Wesson Sigma.
Sigma, that's it.
This is the one that Glock sued Smith and Wesson about.
And they paid to have that takedown lever. They have to pay Glock for that takedown lever.
Yeah, because it's basically just a Glock knockoff. So
it's I've shot.
That is the Sigma.
Yeah. So here's the thing I think about Glocks. A Glock is like a Porsche, by the way. You really can't.
No, it's not. A Glock is like an F-150.
It's an F-150 to me. Yeah.
No, I don't think it's
There's nothing fancy about it.
Yeah.
You know what's the F-150?
High Point.
Come on. High Point is an F-150.
No, High Points are
High
garbage.
Points are
F-150s are good trucks.
Oh, wait a minute. Now, you got to remember the F-150 is the best-selling truck in the world.
Yes.
Is the High Point the
So is the High
best-selling?
Point.
Yeah.
High Point is definitely not the best-selling pistol in the world.
It's the best-selling pistol in America. Yes, it is.
High Point? No
Yes.
way.
Okay, pull up the numbers. Let's see the numbers.
I want a High Point with the dollar bills painted on
You
it.
want one of those $100 bill High Points?
You really, here's the reason why I say it's like a Porsche. Like, you really can't go wrong, and Porsche retains a huge amount of
That
its
thing's
value.
a piece of shit.
I wouldn't want a Porsche.
If you talk to real Porsche people, the only real Porsche is an air cooled Porsche. So all the other ones they don't like. So.
Yeah, true. All the baby versions or the whatever.
I mean, I like a Panamera, the big 4-door one.
The Panamera.
A lot of the true people don't like that. So the
yeah.
Porsches, yeah.
Yeah, those are more throwaway, or even the SUVs and stuff like that. Those are just Volkswagens with Porsche badges on it.
And somebody I knew bought a Lexus, and I was like, "You're just driving a Toyota."
Yeah.
And they didn't like
That's
that.
exactly what it is. You bought it. You bought
Right.
an
It's a
Ultima.
Toyota.
Applebite
Lexus
says
Ultima.
Glock is more like a Mustang. Mm-mm.
I think it's an F-150. It's a workhorse.
No, I don't think.
It's a total workhorse.
I think the Mustang. I'm gonna say that the
It's
Smith
like a
and
Ford
Wesson.
Taurus.
Yeah, the Smith and Wesson is more like a Mustang. Everyone and their mama has one. That's the thing for me personally, especially in Florida.
Smith and Wesson, you think though?
Go outside on the street or play the driving game. How many Mustangs do you see here?
They're everywhere.
Well, that's like Jeeps.
No, Jeeps. Jeeps are
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Jeep
Jeep.
The other afternoon we went to Chick-fil-A for lunch, and we were close to the Chick-fil-A. I saw 5 or
Was
6
it Sunday?
Jeeps. No, it was it was a weekday.
Of course, it wasn't a Sunday.
Oh, you're funny. Yeah, they're closed. And I support that. I support that, by the way, too.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Mhm.
But yeah, there was like 5 or 6 Jeeps. Like I look around, I was like Jeep everywhere I looked. It's like, damn, I got to start making stuff for Jeep.
Yeah. Well, or here in Gainesville, Toyota 4Runner is very popular.
Yeah.
Very
Is it 'cause
popular.
you own one, or-
No, it's not because we have one. Actually, it makes Lola hate the Toyota 4Runner
because everybody has it.
Yeah, you're out there, you see everyone, but you see a lot of Toyota 4Runners because they're freaking good cars. You know,
Daddy buys.
They are pretty tough.
And here's the thing that Lola
So
hates.
is the Nissan Xterra.
Yeah, but Lola thinks like all the 4Runners you see out there are the same. No, they're not. You know, most of them are 2-wheel drive and all that kind of stuff. So like the one that we have it's a 4-wheel drive. It has the ACSS system. It has all the stuff. Lola's like, I don't give a crap. I see lots of cars that look like that.
Yep.
You know, so she wants like a Range Rover or some craziness.
No, my brother has one. They're nice.
Yeah, to me, a Range Rover is like a SIG. That's those.
Yeah.
Things,
So they're awesome.
It's a SIG.
They don't. You know, they don't. Like people get it for the status of it, but it doesn't always exactly work the way you think it's going to.
No, mine has had no problem.
Mr.
The last class I was in, I ran the baseline SIG and smoked everybody.
Walter and I shot Hanks and had no issues. We need to do an update to that video because everybody in the comments on that video thinks the SIG is the worst gun ever, the 365.
No way. I haven't had any problems with my C365.
I shot Hanks. Walter and I put 100 rounds through Hanks. No issues.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm at 1,200 rounds.
I think it's
random ammo, random people.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's mine too.
I shot it too. I didn't have any issues. We do need to do a follow-up. Archangel says High Point is like a Ford cheap and everyone has one.
Pinto. A High Point is a Pinto.
They don't make Ford Pintos anymore.
Yeah, that's why. High Points are garbage. So
they make lots of High Points. High Point sells a lot of stuff.
I will take that company any day, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when I'm flying in my jet, you can say how terrible it is and everything. Yeah.
High Point.
And then Brick says, no, that would be a Glock, Hank. They have hypnotized the gun community. Glock zombies.
No,
Glocks work.
They do.
Yeah, Glocks are not. I'm not saying to you a Glock is sexy. I don't think it's sexy. I don't think none of that. Nope. You know, and it's the same. Like the reason why I put it to the Porsche because the Porsches all look the same. They all look the same.
Are you ready for the top guns of 2018? This is, of course, you got to remember this is by sales statistics, and not every company releases them. Number 1 was the 365. Number 2 was the P320. Number 3, amazingly, was the Keltec PMR 30. Number 4 was the Smith & Wesson MP9, and number 5 was the Glock 43.
Okay.
And then they also have the used, supposedly high power.
Number 1. What was number 1?
P365.
Oh, amazing.
P365. But okay, so did High Point report?
Well, that's not listed. Not listed.
I don't think High Point is reporting because.
You
talk to cops. There's more High Points out there than any other guy.
I had a guy take a concealed weapons class with a High Point.
Yeah, I believe it.
It shot. I mean, I'll give him that, but it also pulled his pants to the ground too.
It's a brick.
So there's this technology that the Egyptians invented called a belt.
Oh, he had one of those. You just can't hold a cinder block up with it.
Listen, I think if you talk to cops, there's a lot of high points out there.
I would say most criminals, from what I've seen, like evidence guns, a ton of them are old shitty revolvers.
Yeah, old shitty revolvers.
A ton of old shitty revolvers and evidence.
Old 22 shitty revolvers at that.
Yep. I saw an article that a cop had written about evidence guns that he had worked on or brought in. He said a ton of them that they would bring in would have, like, out of the 6 cylinders, like 4 had different rounds in them. Like each, it was just like different cartridges in each.
We had a guy come in the store, had a drywall screw stuck through his cylinder.
Go ahead, Walt.
A guy I used to work for had a bunch of guns stolen from him, and when and 2 of them were Rugers that you could. The 357 had a 357 cylinder, and it had interchangeable cylinders. Ruger did this for a while. When he got one of them back, one had, like, the 38 had a 45 cylinder in it. It was like they were swapped out. So if anybody would have fired him, the gun would have blew up.
My goodness.
This cop had in the article he had written, the guy he pulled over had, like, one of the rounds was drilled out because he was trying to make his own hollow point, and one of them was like filed down flat, like in a cross shape. And this is what was in his gun.
Was he killing vampires?
I don't know. High points. Ray says high points are not Fords; they're more like Chevys. Okay.
Enough of that.
We're over. I know right now everyone's arguing
Way
about
over.
what a Glock is. What can we classify it as? So the thing about high points. Remember that story with the high point? We didn't really get into it, but there's a high point rifle. I think that a guy says that. You could pull up that story, Babyface, if you remember. But the
37 rounds.
Yeah, he was having accuracy problems because he was.
Yeah, he went to the factory, right?
Yeah, he was shooting this
squibs.
Yeah, he was shooting this high point, and the accuracy was horrible on it because he couldn't see where it was hitting or anything. So he sent it to the factory, and they cut the barrel open, and inside the barrel are 37 rounds stacked up next to each other.
That doesn't make it a good gun, though. Just because it was idiot proof doesn't mean it's
what the hell kind of rounds is that this guy is shooting, and they're just running right into each other?
The barrel's that thick. He shot a squib.
He shot a bunch of squibs, or he shot a squib and then multiple rounds.
You can do that with an MP5. I've done it before, Hank.
Yep.
Oh,
my MP5 locked up, and I'm like, because I had 1 squib round, put 3 rounds behind it, and the barrel was super heavy, so it didn't bubble or damage the barrel. It was all ball round.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Did you do 37?
Full auto shooting burst.
Did you get 37 rounds through there?
No.
Well, no, but I'm not disagreeing with you.
He's not as dumb as the high pointer. Ooh, shots fired.
That's a blank firing gun. That's a track gun right there. He's got.
I saw the picture of that barrel. There wasn't 37 rounds in there.
How many?
It was like 10, I think, at most.
Yeah, they were stacked. It was a pistol
barrel. More than one.
It
shouldn't be any.
Yeah, there was an enormous number, but it wasn't 37. So
okay, maybe it was 7 or something.
I've seen like Sten guns with that same thing, because you're talking full auto. I've seen a Sten barrel, I think, that was cut up that had like 5 rounds in it. So I mean, 9mm can handle it if the barrel's thick enough.
I haven't had that happen, but I have had bulge. A couple of my Sten barrels bulged, and it probably from
didn't bubble. I got lucky.
Yeah.
Shooting
crappy ammo.
All right, we're well over the 9 o'clock.
Listen, if you are shooting your gun and you don't know where it's going, you need to stop
shooting,
slow it down, take that gun apart. Don't look down the barrel. Don't look down.
Don't point the gun at your head.
Yeah, but you always need to. Don't just keep like belligerently putting rounds through this thing. Go through some steps, Kevin. I don't want people to get really hurt out there. Go through some steps safely and figure out what's going on with your gun before you go forward, please. Okay, let's wrap it up because we're way over the.
Yeah, I want to go get another slice of pizza.
Yeah. Okay, Babyface. So you'll go first. What's up with you? How can folks follow you out there?
Check out Instagram, baby_FaceP. Thank you everybody for helping support Buck, and in turn helping support Marley and I. He is doing much, much better. I need to do a post actually to update everybody on how he's doing. And take a picture of his stitches. But thank you everybody so much. Check me out on Instagram, and that's it.
All right, cool. What about you, Trae? How can the folks out there help you? Tell us what they can do for for
You
Aries.
can email the county commissioners, Babyface P.
I'll
Posted
link
it
it one
earlier.
more
I'm sure
time.
he'll repost it again. If you want to show up to the Lake County, Florida County Administrational Building for the county commissioners hearing on March 26th at 9 o'clock, you're welcome to come. Please dress nice and be polite. The county commissioners are doing their job too. We do not want to be rude. We want to represent our community. Obviously, I'm at Aries Firearms Training. We have the Real World Sniper Challenge going on April 6th and 7th. If you want to see how well you can shoot, come on out and have some fun. Lots of prizes. April 13th, I will have the NFA review shoot out at the range. Please come out. It'd be good to see you guys. Of course, Instagram, Facebook, AriesFirearmsTraining.com or Aries Firearms Training. And I hope to see you guys again. Hopefully I'll be on next week after my deal and I could give you guys a good positive update. And so please help me out and 2A on.
Awesome. Thanks. If anyone's listening to this and you can't get the info, you can hit us up on social media or whatever, and we'll get you that info from Trae. Okay, Walter, what about you, my friend?
Oh, you can find me on Facebook. Sorry about the yawning.
Yeah, no, we understand. We understand, man.
Yeah, I haven't had my Geritol yet.
Yeah, you got to soak in some Bengay. You were talking about gay before. Soak in some Bengay.
I got you, Bengay, right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Stay tuned. I haven't heard anything from ATF yet. It's like a month after I should have heard something. So, but anyways, we're hanging out, making stuff. Just about. These guys are very close to being hitting the street. So MP5 stock. So stay tuned.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, what I'm going to say is thanks to Harry's Holsters, one of our sponsors. You see them right down there. If you guys are looking for a holster, Kydex, Harry's got some really good holsters for most of you. He doesn't have high point holsters and stuff like that I know of, but he's got some really good holsters. Check him out. Lola wants me to remind you guys that Walther Arms is coming on tomorrow. Walther Arms. Ooh. That's cool. You know, they have the shoot it, love it, buy it thing. So they're going to be on tomorrow talking to us about that, that's pretty awesome. We got a big company coming on here tomorrow. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe and then ring the bell to be notified. Thanks to everyone that's looking and listening. I haven't done Friday's audio thing yet because I got caught up in stuff, but I'm going to take care of that and all these other things. And you can find us on anywhere you can find audio. You'll find this audio stuff. Shout out and thanks to all the folks who listen to us on audio all the way through, man. That's awesome. Love it. Cool. And for everyone who's here in the chat, you guys are awesome. We'll see you tomorrow. Right? Any last words, guys?
Bye.
No, that's it. Okay, we're out of here.